The following live stream has been approved for restricted audiences only. It will definitely contain strong language and maybe some adult themes. Almost certainly. Viewer inebriation is advised.
Good evening, happy Friday, and welcome back to Last Call, where tonight we will be discussing David Mamet, a brilliant playwright, filmmaker, and author who won a Pulitzer Prize and received Tony nominations for his play Glengarry Glen Ross in 1984. Mamet himself wrote the screenplay for the 1992 adaptation, which we will be watching tonight. Of course, we will also be deep diving into conversation with subject matter experts Sir Torrin Clegane and Stephen Deleted Scenes Otten, as we all have a good deal of insight on this amazing story. So top off your glasses, if you are a closer, of course, and get comfortable. The Canarble wagon rolls right now.
Last Call is streamed before a live audience.
And Vasalud. Welcome, welcome. So glad you're here. And what am I sipping on tonight? Well, if we're going to be watching Glengarry Glen Ross, I'm sure most of y'all can probably guess what the drink is tonight.
Quality is our legacy. Handcrafted, barrel aged. Go ahead, you deserve it. Glengarry, for the best of times.
And of course, you all know Glengarry is a fictional drink from the world of Archer. In reality, it's Glenfiddich, and this is not a sponsored stream. But if I'm going to watch Glengarry Glen Ross, I'm going to be drinking the Glen. And this was almost full when I started, so topped it off a little bit before we went live. So, thank you so much for being here. Welcome, welcome. So glad y'all are here. Let me say hi to everybody in the chat, starting with PJ of Orville Nation. Welcome, my friend. And I don't know, life coach, or at least YouTube coach for sure, giving me a great deal of advice, great deal of encouragement on my channel. Netta and I have seen some growth over the past couple weeks or so. All because of PJ's recommendation. Well, PJ's and some others, because, as the good book says, many advisors make victory assured. As PJ himself says, together we grow. You know, as other proverbs go, rising tide raises all ships. My goal is for all of us in our circle of YouTube channels to grow, get to those numbers where we can turn this hobby into a moneymaker, right? So we can justify the booze and the subscriptions and the everything. At least that's the plan anyway. You'll also notice over my shoulder here we got the Blu-ray of Glengarry Glen Ross and Raymond Chandler. Trouble is My Business. Netter got it on a lark because she was looking up Trouble is My Business by Tom Conkle on Amazon, and this was the first thing that came up, and she's like, Raymond Chandler, that's good stuff, let me get it. So I'm going to be reading that in the near future. Anyway, let's get on with who's that asshole. Never mind him. But the beautiful Netter of Netters Network is here. She has dropped the Cosme link for the movie we will be watching. It is pinned to the top. And she says she loves me because she's crazy. And I love her for that.
I'm your stalker.
You are my stalker. You frickin' live in my house. You can't be any more stalker than that. 31 years, I'm a blessed man. I am a blessed man. Vasalud. Deleted Scenes, who is in the... You know what? Maybe I should just do this. Let's bring the Netter in here. Where are you? Where are you, Netter? Not like you can't just chat over my mic anyway, but
True.
coffee.
Because
Coffee is for closers. We'll get there eventually tonight.
You were saying about hopefully getting to a point where we can monetize our channels and all that. It's like, you know what? I would love to be my own boss because I freaking hate SMART goals. It's like we just did our review process.
It's going to have to be me first, right? Because I'm the contractor who doesn't have any benefits.
Yes.
So if I can replace that income with this hobby, for a significant length of time, then we can think about other things.
That's got to be my biggest thing. Is I absolutely hate. I mean, I love reviews. I hate doing SMART goals. It's like whoever does those, I want to smack them upside their head.
But our Matra D is here in the chat, so let me bring him in. Deleted Seas, who was actually here like significantly early. You were here like, I don't know, 8:30 or something. And I'm like, I don't even have myself all together yet, So pouring my drink, putting my hat on. How you doing, Deleted Scenes, and what are you sipping on?
I'm fair to partly cloudy, and in keeping with a partial theme of the movie, coffee.
Coffee, exactly. So
which for me at 10 p.m. is usually not a good idea.
Well, let's face it, it's a Friday night. You're going to be up late anyway, so.
You didn't ask me what I was sipping
I was just about to circle back to you. Like Jen Psaki, I'm going to circle back to you. I know what you're sipping on, but what are you sipping on, Netter?
Well, I am sipping on my second glass, because I front-load for this movie.
Her second glass is actually a double, let's be clear.
Kahlua and cream. Now, Kahlua does have a bit of a coffee flavor
Kahlua
to it.
is a coffee liqueur, so
I am within the theme.
Yes, you absolutely are. You are spot on.
I'm also feeling no pain. So if you think he gets bummed, I'm not a drinker at all.
She's a cheap date. You see me drinking every week. And I do get drunk easily, but she gets drunk way.
I'm a lightweight.
Yeah, she is. But yeah, so it's going to be interesting in the Pacelli house after this stream, because we'll both be schnockered, and that ain't a bad thing in my personal opinion. Big Al says, "Have a great rewatch, my friends. Hope everyone had a great day and is ready for a wonderful weekend." I was in the chat for a stream this morning, and I said, "Thank God it's Friday." I live for Friday nights. I really do. Friday nights, hanging out with all of y'all, that's what I look forward to the most in the week. So just want to thank all of you and say salute to all of you. Connie Cleary, hey everyone. As Deleted Scene says, the bird woman of YouTube. When the guy at the end of the bar talks, everybody listens, because his name is E.F. Hutton. That's a deep dive for all you old farts out there.
Yeah.
Hello there, last call. Welcome, David Pensack. Thank you so much for being here. Huge supporter of the channel. He is absolutely good people. Big Al says, "Have a great rewatch, my friends. Hope everyone had a great day and is ready for a wonderful weekend." Did I already read it? You put that in twice?
Put what in twice?
Oh, maybe I'm seeing it from multiple streams. I don't know. Oh, that's the other thing, folks. I am on multiple platforms right now. I am here on YouTube. I am on the Twitter. I think I'm on the Twitter. Somebody check and see if I'm on the Twitter.
I don't know where to look. I'm in Twitter, but I don't know where to look.
Upper left-hand corner would show people that you follow that are live. Netter is simulcasting me on her YouTube, and Steven, you have both up, YouTube and Twitter?
I do.
Oh, if I just look in the upper right-hand corner of my screen, I should know that, right? So he's on the Twitter and the YouTube as well. So yeah. So that's I'm getting the reach tonight, Age of Boomer says howdy. So let me bring that Ed Harris looking MFer in here. How you doing, my friend? What you sipping on?
I'm actually got an unsweet tea, but I probably should have had a gimlet, because that's what James Link was drinking in the movie, right?
Yeah. We'll get to all of that as we get into the movie.
A lot of
tonight.
drinking in this movie, isn't there?
Guys, we're already almost at the 15-minute mark, and I'm still going through the chat, and I'm going to go through the chat because I love every single one of you. So we're going to be starting this movie a little bit late, so just saying, it might be a little bit longer stream than usual.
It's fine.
Let's see. Keely Chow! Salud, my friend. So good to see ya.
Yeah, you reminded me that I'm simulcasting. I'm like, oh, I need to go over to my channel and say hi to everybody.
Yes, you do. Yeah, that's the thing. You forget, you're on multiple streams and stuff. And luckily on StreamYard, I could just, if I type something in the chat, I don't know. I don't know if it goes out to the other streams or not. I know it doesn't go out to Twitter. Twitter doesn't have that capability just yet. But Lady Mist, she is our hostess. Hello, my friend. It's good to see you as well. You know what? Let's just go ahead and bring in Sir Torrin Clegane because he may not have said anything in the chat, and I don't want him to sit in the background forever. Welcome, Sir Torrin, and what are you sipping on, my friend? As he takes himself off chat because he didn't know I was going to pull him in right then and there.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. What you sipping on, my friend?
Oh, I'm not sipping on anything, actually.
That's fine. You're not on camera, so you can get up and get yourself a drink anytime you want to, and no one will even know the difference.
Unless you make noise.
Or I ask a question and you're just not there. Which can happen. Let's see. Lady V Elements. Deleted Scenes and Netter's Stalker. You're awesome. You're super encouraging. And you know what? I should be... Oh, good. I'm glad that I didn't have my YouTube open because I did not have it muted.
And for everybody that's on my YouTube watching this, I think I said hello to everyone, but if I missed anyone, please let me know because I love to put in my special hellos to all my sweeties out there.
And I hope you don't mind, Lady V, but you are such a regular. I am going to go ahead and give you a blue wrench, and I'm going to add you to the staff.
I was just thinking that myself, that I need to make her a blue wrench.
I was going to mention that to you last night, but I didn't want to do it on air, put you on the spot. But there you go. So, Lady Mist, you are now a blue wrench as well. We have a bunch of blue wrenches here. And since YouTube, tightened their grip and started dealing with all the bots, you guys don't have a lot of work to do. But I do believe that with the growth that I've been seeing on my channel, maybe, just maybe, we'll start getting some trolls in here. And we might need you guys to do the whole Roadhouse thing.
Lady V, you
know.
are now a mod or blue wrench on my channel.
Oh, that's right. You can do that because you're simulcasting. How cool is that? Yeah.
Plus, this play has been known to raise tempers, right?
And well, it should. We will talk about that because you sent me a link to the Siskel and Ebert review. We'll talk about that before we actually start the movie. Matanui, welcome. You are not only encouraging in the chat, but you're a great one for coming and dropping the comments, throughout the week and whatnot. Super appreciate you for that. And
I'm saying hello on 2 different channels.
Yeah, some of you guys might actually have multiple screens open for the same stream because you guys are silly that way. I love you guys. And that's not just the alcohol talking. I think you guys know that. Let's see here. Connie, Netter.
You got a new person in here. At least I haven't seen the name before.
Well, wait a minute. I'm trying to get caught up.
Okay.
Pat S, welcome. It's been a while. I haven't seen you.
They lost a whole bunch of subscribers.
I just unsubscribed back down to 900. I will, however, be back when I can be number 1,000 and free honey baked ham. Funny, my friend. That's the crazy thing. Netter and I have been seeing some great growth on our channels recently, but it's like we've always said, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. They do that to us. It's crazy, but Pat S, thank you so much for being here. You are awesome people. and CLS Studio. Can't stay, but hey guys, CLS Studio, thank you so much. Please, I want all of you guys to subscribe to everybody in the stream, but make sure you subscribe to CLS Studios because he was kind enough to at least stop by, say hi. I'm going to assume he hit the thumbs up button, that he shared out the stream. You know, let's honor him by
I did.
Yeah, by subscribing to his channel, you know.
I always up to new peoples.
Yeah, you guys are awesome. Because we got to have goals. Exactly. My goal is to hit 1,000 by the end of the year, and PJ thinks that I'm going to hit 1,000 by the end of the weekend. I think he's nuts. But with the
well, at least by maybe the end of the month, you know.
Maybe I've seen some great growth just in this past week. I'm very pleased. Somebody tell me where I'm at. I think I'm over.
You're 903 from what I can see.
903, and I haven't refreshed. That's not bad. I'm getting close. Maybe
more.
You know, maybe I gotta up my plan. Maybe you know, once I hit 1,000, what's the next goal? 1,500? I don't know how this goes. I'm in new territory here, folks. Godspeed. Have a great night, everyone. Thanks, CLS. If you catch us on the rerun, just so you know, I sent everyone over to subscribe to your channel, just like I'm gonna do with The View with Drew. Man, Drew, I haven't seen you in a long time. You are certainly welcome here, always, but I am glad to see you, my friend. And I know you Blue Wrenches are going to drop the links for all of these people so everybody can subscribe to everybody that's in the chat, because you guys, we're trying to build a community here. And you know, thanks so much. And Sci-Fi Mombi, who's going to be on with Netter in...
Oh, that'll be... Give me one
couple weeks. It's not next week.
No, it's coming up. Give me a second.
She's looking
my
it up.
guess. There's my guess. Sci-Fi Mommy will be on February 29th. So
On February 29th.
February.
So on Thursday, February 29th, over on Netter's channel, we'll be talking with Sci-Fi Mombi, who I've been looking forward to chatting with. Been hanging out with her in the chat of a bunch of different streams. Be nice to talk to her directly. That'll be a lot of fun. So make sure you subscribe.
Yeah, she's got a really great channel.
Yeah, make sure you're subscribed to her channel. And Gorilla Random Thoughts, who's definitely been a guest on Netter's Network. Hey, I'll be lurking. Got to be up early. Yeah, I hear you. Leaving at 6. Okay, no, that's fine. Obviously, if you can't be here live, you know, you won't be able to take advantage of the Cosme link and the movie, but I really recommend, especially for a movie like this, Glengarry Glen Ross, you want to have your own copy and watch along with us whenever you feel like. Let's see. This movie is available on Freevee. That is, yeah, there you go. You've got the Blu-ray too. Awesome.
This is actually the 10th anniversary DVD.
Oh,
it's
you're all
hard
fancy and
to see
snazzy. Yeah, the glare.
And I just dropped Sci-Fi Mombi's channel on Troy's. Now I'm going over to mine. Or maybe I put it on mine. Now I'm going to put it on Troy's.
Jesse Guajardo says the movie is available on Freevee. That's a service I don't know, but guys, check it out. If you can't stay... What were you going to say?
You can get it through Amazon. You can get it through Amazon if you have Amazon Prime. It shows about it.
Oh, it's on Amazon Prime too? There you go.
Well, it has commercials, the Freevee version, but...
Yeah, so the secret is, if you're watching it on a stream that has commercials, and you're using us as a, director's cut type, commentary stream, what you do is you just hit pause on us while the commercial plays, and when the commercial ends, unpause us, and we should stay pretty close to linked up with you. Drew said, I also saw Fast and Furious 3 and 4, and tomorrow I will be doing a Fast and Furious movie ranking on my channel. So, again, make sure you are subscribed to him. Hit that notification bell so you can catch that video when it airs. And I'm going to try going through you guys really fast. I see you guys all chatting with each other, which of course encourages me, but I want to... I saw someone say hi to Christoph. Oh, Vagrancy Horror, are you here? Yes, you are. There's a nasty snowstorm here, but I wanted to say hello. Yeah, hang out with us as long as you can, but if you lose internet, I totally understand.
Okay, this is kind of cool. I went on Twitter because I wanted to see what it looked like, because it's like, how are people on Twitter seeing this?
Right.
And if I look you up, because this is all brand new to us, and I click on your name.
Yes.
This stream comes up, and I can see you in my coffee cup, and everybody.
Well, that's how it works. Yeah, it kind of plays on.
Yeah, but it's kind of cool to see.
It is. It is. USARNG, or is that supposed to be read out somewhere? USRNG.
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 No, USRNG. USRNG.
USRNG.
Okay, I'm slurring because
I
got
am
2 drinks in me.
Welcome.
Big friend of the channel for Maxwell Entertainment.
Yeah.
USRG. There we go. USRG.
Thank you.
It's like I knew my brain would.
I think you guys make up
and
YouTube
USRG
names
has
to
been on
mess with
both
us.
of our chats a bunch of times.
Yes, he has. I know.
Infrequent, but a friend of the channel. Love seeing you.
Yep. Yeah.
Sorry, Troy, before we go on, any chance we can get the Cosme link into my my chat?
Oh, I should.
Can you drop it again, Netter? Yeah, for
me a
exactly that reason.
I'm not sure we have it over there.
Okay.
And Netter, you should affix it to the top of yours as well.
Yes, I'm
for the same reason.
And I need to get rid of the stupid hearty thing.
I don't know how to help you guys out on Twitter. If you guys are watching on Twitter...
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I can only do one thing at a time.
Oh, she can probably drop it in Twitter.
But give me a second, because
yes.
My screen is being weird right now.
That's okay, because now we're going to... I'm not quite... What were you going to say, Boomer?
You want me to try? I can try doing it on Twitter. Reply, right? And just...
Yeah, you could, but...
I got it. I just got to drop
guys, it. Guys, relax. It's
I'm
fine.
trying to talk over you because you're being loud.
I know.
This is a stressful play.
Okay. I am dropping the Cosme link.
He's not wrong there.
Quiet. I'm dropping the Cosme link in Twitter in the comments. So anyone that wants to watch it on Twitter,
that's on Twitter.
It's right there.
You right click on Cosme, open it up. We haven't started yet.
For my channel, it's pinned to the top. For Troy's channel, it's pinned to the top.
I'm assuming deleted scenes. You've pinned it to the top too.
Hold on, I gotta get it there. Deleted.
Yeah.
Oh, wrong one.
Who's the bartender tonight? I actually have 2 people behind the bar. It's Sir Torin and Armatra D. I had a question for the bartender. I recently gave up alcohol in support of my friend who's fighting alcoholism. Well, bravo, salute.
Give me a minute, deleted.
But I still would enjoy cocktails. Can you recommend a good dry cocktail? I'll open it up to you guys first, but I've got a suggestion or 2.
Yeah. What's a good dry cocktail besides Merlot?
Merlot is not a dry cocktail. It's
dry.
Alcohol. Yeah, no. He means non-alcoholic.
Oh. Sand.
Guys, don't poo-poo a Shirley Temple.
Okay, deleted. It's now in your chat.
There you go.
You just need to pin it.
Okay.
No, that's fine, buddy. You always can, and from what I understand, I guess it's on Amazon, and if not, I'm sure there's other ways you can get a hold of Glengarry Glen Ross. You can watch us later. Netter just told me, I did not know this. Look, I'm getting so much information about YouTube from so many sources. You get credit for people watching if they watch more than 30 seconds of the video. So you come, you hang out, you drop a chat, you say hi, hang out with us as long as you can. You're still supporting the channel. Super appreciate that. But yeah, Shirley Temple, which is grenadine, lime juice, and club soda. Nothing wrong with it. It's actually a fair drink. For crying out loud, just a basic cherry Coke. Arnold Palmer. These are all.
Oh, I love
perfect.
Arnold Palmer's. It's lemonade and tea.
Yeah, she orders that whenever she's at the restaurant. So, I mean, it's whatever you like.
I still expect it to be served with a golf ball.
Right, like a frozen golf ball in the drink. Yeah. You know what, Vagrant? I will. I don't know. Should I call you Vagrant when you come up as the Vagrancy Horror, or should I call you Christoph? I don't know. You guys, you got to tell me how this works. I guess I should probably have the comment highlighted that I'm referring to. You know what? Maybe I will put together a list of some of my favorite non-alcoholic drinks and
have a stream on it.
And well, maybe not dedicate a whole stream to it, but talk about it in an upcoming week. Absolutely, I think that's a great idea. Or look at the description below. We have a MeWe group and a Discord. Maybe I'll publish it there. Don't know. That's a great idea. Thanks so much, Christoph. You're awesome.
You know how the guy does how to drink? He's got the little table in front of him and he makes up drinks. We could do something like that, and I can test a non-alcoholic drinks because I don't really drink.
One of these, that is a stream or a series of videos I may have to do. I may have to set up the Canarble wagon, and do whatever the drink of the week is. Maybe show myself making it or something.
Oh, I like that idea.
I know, right? I just thought of it now because of you. You made me think of that. So thank you. Non-alcoholic drinks, you say? Well, any soft drink, right? Really, any cola would be
okay, Gorilla Random Thought said, what is movie snout? I have no idea what that's in reference to. Is it possibly just misheard something one of us said?
Movie snout.
Like a pig's nose, snout.
Yeah, you got me, Gorilla. I don't know. I don't know if that was something you heard in the stream because we're slurring our words, or if I misspelled something in a commentary or something. I'm just drinking a Hill County soda, mixed blackberry cherry soda. Damn, that sounds good, my friend. Man, that really does sound good.
Okay, I'm almost finished with my Kahlua and cream. I only got about...
There's non-alcoholic beers.
Less than half left.
Sparkling juices, you can make it happen. Lady V, actually... If you want to be very, very technical about it, non-alcoholic beers actually do contain a small quantity of alcohol, just too little for it to be called, for percentage reasons. There was a minister who was a recovering alcoholic that I knew, and he said he won't even drink non-alcoholic beer for that reason. He doesn't even use mouthwash.
Or cough syrup.
Yeah. I mean, God bless him. He's got a great conviction. I don't know. For some people, that may be just beyond the pale, but that's just him. Okay. We're done. Well, I'm going to go ahead and top off my glass, but let's go ahead and turn our attention to the topic of the night, right? So,
Glengarry, get lost.
Glengarry, get lost. Okay. So first, let's talk a little bit about David Mamet, who is an incredible playwright. I've enjoyed his plays for years, but only just recently, and this is entirely because of Aged Boomer down there sending me a link to an interview that he did. The dude is based. He's all about the bass. No wokey. I mean, I am impressed. Yes, I have a MeWe group. What is the group called? Can you drop me an invite? I'm USARN elsewhere on MeWe. Can one of my Blue Wrenches or someone on the panel maybe do a screen capture or something and share that with me later? I will look that up. Yes, that's right, because we are connected on MeWe, aren't we? But right below this video, in the description, is the link to the group if you want to just go ahead and click on that. And I think there's like a questionnaire, asking who are you, why'd you come here, are you serious,
Okay,
that kind of thing. But
I'm putting the snip into your MeWe.
That's fine.
That you have it.
That's fine. Which means you're going to chime in my... There you go. You just chimed in my ear.
I'm always chiming in your ear.
It's going to be an interesting night for us in the Pacelli house after this stream ends, because we'll both be...
Wait, which group is it? Because maybe I can just...
Friday Night Let's Go.
Oh, it's actually called that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm almost through my second glass of alcohol.
We're counting on you tonight, Boomer, because because Netter's as blotto as I am. You got to be our designated driver.
I'm not quite. I forgot where are you?
The link is right below in the description.
No, I was looking for where USRG is. I think USRG is on Deleted's one, so I got to go back to Deleted's one because I have a link for you.
It's fine. We'll figure this out. So
I got it.
When you got two drunk people in the same room.
I'm just feeling no pain.
Anyways, there's a lot of cussing in this movie.
There is, yeah. Expect a lot of 4-letter words.
Book.
Just got to deal with it. So first, the play was written in '84, right? I did not see the play initially. Did not see it until the movie came out. This was not my first experience with David Mamet. My first experience was
American Buffalo?
I'm trying to figure out if it was American Buffalo or... No, you know what? It might have been About Last Night. The movie About Last Night.
Right.
Which then led me to pick up the novelization or the book or whatever, Sexual Perversity in Chicago. I'm not sure why he called it that, to be honest with you. I mean,
Sexual Perversity in Chicago?
It literally is about just basic single dating relationships of people in Chicago.
That's
going
like
to bars,
title.
picking people up.
That's like an Italian title.
Kind of. And there's nothing terribly perverse about it. I mean, it's just normal dating sexual relationships, but great play, great book, great movie, and that kind of got me. That's when I started making the connections. A buddy of mine recommended American Buffalo, and we saw it in '91. I was trying to remember because I saw it in '91. I knew I was dating Netter at the time, and I didn't know if I took Netter to see it or not. And I'm thinking not because, because I actually saw the play, and there was a couple of plays and a couple of other events that Netter and I were supposed to go to, and we didn't because we wanted to be alone. And so we skipped the events. But be that as it may, let me just tell you, being married is good because you can do all the things together and all the things. But,
I don't know why, but I thought you were going to say it was good eats.
Depends on how we feel after the stream. There may be some good eats going on, yes. Yeah, everybody's like, oh, WTMI. We just went into PG-13 R-rated here. But yeah, so that's my background with Mamet, and brilliant playwright. Did not realize until this past week when Aged Boomer sent me this interview. He's on the outs with the left. He's
just at it. That's what it sounded like.
He's just sick and tired of the woke BS.
Yeah.
And I get the. I don't think he's anything like what you'd consider conservative. I think he's a classical liberal.
Yeah,
he's an artist type who, maybe bucks the system, and a little bit rebellious, a little artsy, and but this woke stuff is not lefty. It's downright fascistic. And I saw my name, so let me real quick. I'm thinking about food. Good. Everything is pure to the pure-minded. You keep it there.
There's no food in this play, just hard liquor and coffee and cigarettes. Coffee and cigarettes. That's your food. In this movie.
Yeah. Stimulants. It's stimulants because it's all about salesmen. So,
there is crumb cake mentioned. So
Boomer, since you're my usual sidekick, give you first seat. Background with Mamet and this play, I suppose.
I caught the movie version of this. I think it was on network television, which of course is not how you want to watch this because they're probably bleeping the word. I can't
even fathom how they would edit this for television.
I just remember seeing the coffee as proposal, like, wow, this is nasty. Yes. And I think later on, I don't know if maybe I just decided on a whim to pick up the DVD. It's probably the same DVD that Deleted Scenes has. That was actually a very nice DVD release where it had the special stuff. And it had 2 discs. One was full frame and one was widescreen. The interesting about the full frame version, this movie was shot with one of those cameras that could shoot it in widescreen and full frame, depending on how you lined up the shot. So either version was fine. Like if you're watching it on a regular TV, you could watch it full frame.
That's interesting.
But a lot of cool special features on this. I did upgrade to the Shout Factory Blu-ray when they had it for very cheap on Amazon, so I picked up the Blu-ray of that. I think it's a little different than the Blu-ray version you have. It had an alternate cover with a drawing of a guy holding the brass balls as the alternative cover. The other cover is the cover you have on your Blu-ray. I switched it. I ain't putting those brass balls on the front of my... It's not happening. I'm actually with Jack Lemmon in that scene. We'll get to it, though. Yeah. But big fan of Mamet. I don't know... I'm trying to think of any other plays I've read, because I did get in the habit of listening to a program called LA Theater Works. And they actually have an audio version you can get of Glengarry Glen Ross. They had another audio version of another Mamet play, which was about 2 Hollywood producers. Is that American Buffalo? The one about the 2 Hollywood producers arguing and like a girl coming in and kind of...
No.
I'm trying to remember what the name of that play
American
was.
Buffalo.
But I might have American Buffalo is familiar, so I might have listened to that one as well. But no, big fan of Mamet. I need to study his work more closely. But and this movie and the play itself, I've watched it dozens, I think a dozen times at least, probably more. I don't know. Anyway, that's all.
Gotcha. So Sir Torin, you are our. I consider you the subject matter expert on Broadway. What's your background with this play and with Mamet in general?
Well, this is actually going to be an interesting one because I've only seen clips of this from the film, but I remember. I want to say it was 2005. There was a revival of it with Liev Schreiber as Al Pacino's character, and Alan Alda played Jack Lemmon.
Shelley
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Wow.
And it was, I remember, I only know it because that was the year I was watching the Tonys that year, and that was one of the big shows that was revived that year, and so they were not both nominated, I think, for actor and featured actor.
Yeah, that actually sounds right to me. Yeah.
And so the
you said 84, right?
No,
or was it 2005? 2005
yeah.
Because that was the revival. You're okay. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Bear with me. I'm a little fuzzy.
Yeah. So that was where it sort of came into, it intersected with me. But with Mamet, though, I read up on him after I learned about the show.
Yeah. And
one of the things I watched was a film that he directed and wrote in I want to say the late 2000s about Phil Spector.
Okay.
And it was all about the trial, and Al Pacino played Phil Spector.
Yes.
And it was absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
Of course, it courted controversy, but
yeah,
you always do when Spector's involved.
Exactly. In fact, you were mentioning the 2005 revival. The Tony Awards that it was up for was Best Revival Play, Best Featured Actor in a Play for Schreiber, Alda, and Clapp. Best director of a play and best scenic design of a play. And it actually won for Schreiber and best revival.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
That was 2005. Now, 1984, the year it first released, best play, best featured actor, Joe Mantegna and Robert Prosky, and best direction of play. And Mantegna won, the others no. So
Interesting.
Just a little background on that.
When I was listening to his performance, it's very different from Pacino's. It's good.
Yes.
I'm not saying one's better than the other. They're both great. It's just that his is more, I want to say, airy, whereas I think Pacino's is more guttural, I think. Yeah, but we'll get into that.
And, guys, I'm going to say this about seeing a play, live. You see it 2 nights, and you see 2 different productions. And even if it's the same people. I know that from performing, let alone seeing plays multiple times. I kid you not. I saw Les Miserables in Chicago at least a handful of times, and oftentimes with the same, many of the same actors. And you pick up on little differences, and sometimes big differences.
Sometimes they ad-lib a line because they forget.
They ad-lib a line, or a prop doesn't work the way it's supposed to, and you just sit there and you go, damn, that is great improv. Amazing, Especially when you've seen it enough times to know what's supposed to happen, or what the line is supposed to be, Sorry.
Oh, yeah. We went to go see Phantom of the Opera, and he had forewarned me that there was going to be this bit with the chandelier when it comes off the stage. And there are these little ladies sitting at the end of the aisle from us, and so they were like stage center. And
they were sitting right under the chandelier, right?
So you know that when the chandelier comes down, it kind of swings off the stage. Or is it does it swing off the stage, or it swings onto the stage?
At the beginning of the play, it comes up from the stage and goes up to the ceiling.
So it swings out.
But at the midpoint, just before the what's it called? The intermission, it falls, and it's supposed to fall. You're supposed to think it's falling on the audience because that's part of the story.
Right, so it falls and then swings out towards the audience. And these 2 little ladies were screaming.
They thought they were going to die.
I was cracking up.
It worked. It worked, yeah. And I was like, man, this is awesome. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Sir Torrin. But
no. That's fine. I do like the whole idea, what you said about improving, and I do agree. I mean, I've done enough performances to tell you that shows can be different every night.
Yep.
I was in a production of Arsenic and Old Lace last year.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
And
yes, you were. I remember.
During the show, some things happened backstage, and the actor playing one of the police officers had to drop out because her husband was in the hospital, and so we had to have our stage manager come on and do the part. Now, she's done shows before, but she didn't know all the lines. And so at one point, the scene where Teddy's fighting with the cops, and he comes out and says, the line is supposed to be, "There's your man, doctor."
Yeah.
And she didn't say it. And there's this pause, and we're all just standing there. I just went over, I went, "Hey, Teddy, this is Mr. So-and-so, and he's going to take you to this place."
Brilliant. See, that's what it takes in a live performance. And people don't think about this very often. In film, you do it, you think it's perfect, the director thinks about it and goes, let's do another take on that, and he'll give some notes or whatever, or you just completely flub a line, and it shows up in a blooper reel later, and you take another take. Live theater, you do not get to do that. You need to figure that shit out.
Mm-hmm. That's happened to me a bunch of times.
So you would say that you know this play pretty well. You're a Mamet fan.
Yes, I am.
Yeah. See, I never ask a question you don't know the answer to, and I knew you were going to say that. Deleted scenes. What's your background with Mamet and this film and play in particular?
Well, I was first familiar with Mamet through about last night when that film came out. Of course, obviously, way too young at the time to see it. But
it got us through puberty, my friend.
I was still a couple of years, a little too, but But I had started to hear the name come up, and I was aware that he was a playwright, that he was out of Chicago, and I heard about this little play called Glengarry Glen Ross.
Yeah.
Knowing nothing about it, just the title.
Yeah.
I know it had won the Pulitzer, but that was pretty much it. I didn't really know what it was about. But by that point, he had gotten into film, and he was starting to write and then eventually to direct. So I was becoming more familiar with him, and I wanted to go back and read his plays.
Can I make you stop right there and comment on that? Being a playwright, being a film director, and writing a screenplay, 3 completely different talents.
Yep.
So let's give this guy his due. That's a huge deal. Go on, deleted scenes.
Right. And I'm going through a Books A Million one day, and I'm looking through this because I like to read plays and screenplays and stuff like that. And so I was just kind of steeping myself in, how does one go about trying to write one of these things was my question.
Yeah.
So I was reading every screenplay book and whatnot, and I finally come across, and there it is, Glengarry Glen Ross by David Mamet.
Yep.
And I had by that point seen the film.
Yes.
So I was curious to see really what the differences are. And when we get to the film, I'll say what some of the differences are. But it's all there. I mean, story-wise, it's there. I mean, the movie is, with the exception of a few scenes, pretty much word for word to play.
Yes, it is, and that makes some of the decisions that the filmmakers made a little confusing. We'll talk about that as we get into the movie. And Age of Boomer, you're going to have to explain this private chat message because it sounds like it's something you want to bring up in the regular chat.
I was just going to say I used to work for Books A Million, but...
Books A Million. I had no idea what BAM was.
Yeah, I knew what that was right away. Yeah.
I had no idea.
I
am not good with acronyms.
Talk about meetings in the morning where you're getting where the staff is getting threatened that they're going to be firing. So, I'm sorry, I'm not going to say anything else.
Coffee is for closers. Sell books. Books. A million books.
No, it's more like discount cards and magazines. I'm not going to get into too much detail on that here, but
as we get into the movie, we can talk about, because I think we all can relate to this story. I've got a great story that I'll tell during the movie related to direct sales. I am not a direct sales kind of guy, and we'll talk about that. Well, Lady V, thank you for the comment, but because it's completely detached from what we were talking about, I have no idea what you're talking about. Thought it was weird, naughty stuff. You know what? On my stream, you're probably right. It probably is weird, naughty stuff.
No. B-A-M. Lady V. B-A-M. Books A Million. Not what you're thinking.
Okay. And of course, we're talking about the writer of Sexual Perversity in Chicago. So that is the first big difference I'm going to say before we even start the movie. The play is absolutely set in Chicago, just like About Last Night / Sexual Perversity in Chicago. Mamet is a local boy. That's another reason I like the guy and have a lot in common with him. The play references several Chicago suburbs, because the movie uses the exact dialogue, it still does, but it is filmed in Brooklyn, and you can kind of tell because you get the establishing shot of New York.
It don't look like Chicago.
It doesn't, exactly. You get New York license plates, so it's unlike, About Last Night, which was filmed in Chicago, Mother's Pub, and so forth. I don't know what the decision was on this one, but whatever.
I often get the impression, though, you could almost see this taking place in any major American city, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
God bless you, Netter.
Kind of like how Taxi Driver, the screenplay.
Yes,
it
that
was
is
supposed to be in New York. It was supposed to be any.
You make a great
American
point.
City,
This should speak to you as a middle American work-a-day type person, just like the movie Office Space. Office Space being a comedy, this being much more of a drama. I think you'll be able to relate to this movie if you've ever worked in sales, especially. Netter, don't want to slight you. I know you're not a huge fan of this film, but anything you want to say before we get started on this?
Yeah, who's Mammoth?
Mamet.
Mamet. I don't know what things he's done.
a Pulitzer.
Apparently I'll do.
Okay, so that tells me that you weren't with me when I saw American Buffalo, for sure.
Nope.
Okay, that's fair.
The Pulitzer Prize winning playwright.
Yeah,
one of the great
very
American
good.
playwrights.
That's okay, sweetie. After the stream, on another day, after we're both sober, I can share some stuff with you.
Yeah, for this movie, I watched it once, sorta. He gives the whole speech about coffees for closers on it. These guys got these bad leads. They're trying to call up people,
Yes.
and it's raining really bad. And
That's a very good detail. I wouldn't have even thought of.
Basically summarized the movie.
Yeah, she did, yeah.
It's raining really bad. It's really depressing. And after that point, it's like, I can't watch this anymore. These people are depressing me.
Thank you, Netter. Thank you.
That's the whole movie. You don't even have to watch it now.
That's fine.
Yes, you do. You
Netter,
have to.
the reason I wanted you to be here, besides the fact that you're my wife and you have no choice because you live here, but I think you're going to get maybe a different perspective on this movie as we watch it together tonight.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Especially when I've had alcohol.
That puts you're a little positively disposed, just as I am. I get positive response from you guys the more I drink, so it's all your fault. I drink because of you, and
Okay,
because
I've
you're
had
entertained.
2 glasses of Kahlua and cream, so I'm feeling no
Technically
pain.
3 if you consider the second one
Oh,
was a
right.
double.
Okay, so 3 glasses of Kahlua and cream. I'm feeling no pain.
Yeah, I'm well into my 3rd glass of Glengarry.
And I figured I needed it if I'm going to watch this movie.
And we're just starting now. Folks, we are at the 1 hour mark, and this has all been prologue. It is going to be a late night just because we're just starting the movie, but I want to thank you all if you have hung out with us this long, and especially if you're going to stick with us through the movie. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I know some of you guys already have your own copy, but of course if you don't, the Cosme link is pinned to the top because Netter is awesome. And that is true on my stream, and on Netter's stream, and on Deleted Scene stream.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So let me go ahead and do the share.
Now, Troy says that it's going to be a long night, but understand this movie is actually short. It's just under an hour and 40 minutes, but it's not going to feel like it once you see it. This movie moves like a rocket ship. It is very well paced. Mostly one room, because remember, this was a stage play. But if this is your first time watching, you're really going to be in for a treat.
Bear with me because I just did something wrong trying to share the stream with you guys.
I do know that there are added scenes from the movie version. I don't know if those have been added to the play since the movie came out. Like, of course, the coffees for closer scene is not in the original play, but
No.
Mamet wrote it, I guess, for the movie, right? So
I'll save all my comments about that particular scene for when we actually get there. But
do a 2-hour discussion.
There's a good deal. Yeah, that scene is the one that people remember the most. Yes. That's true. Okay, just wanted to double check and make sure that I was sharing, and I am now. So I'm on the Blu-ray, and I'm starting from the 00 mark, and you know, I'll do like Big Al does. I'll tell you what I'm seeing on screen until the movie gets going, and that'll help you get synced up if you are watching in the future and not on Cosme. So Glengarry Glen Ross in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. And this is the New Line Cinema logo, I believe.
New Line put out a lot of great movies in the 90s, yeah.
This makes me wonder if this was a, what's it called, Netter, if this was at the theater you were working at.
No, this was never at one of the theaters I worked at.
There we go. And
it wasn't at the Fine Arts, and it wasn't at the Esquire.
And the music here, this is on brand for me, let me tell you. That smooth jazz.
Yeah.
That saxy jazz.
Okay, hold on. For people watching in Cosme, I had to refresh my screen, so if it's not coming up or gives you an error message, just refresh and you'll be fine.
Yeah, you may have to refresh Cosme.
Mine's going
Alan Arkin, Kevin Spacey.
All-star cast here, I'll say this, yeah.
Jonathan Pryce, helping you guys make sure you're linked up. Glengarry Glen Ross.
Glengarry, get lost.
Get lost.
The music fits, too, I think.
I think so.
Yeah.
Gosh, especially when you're drinking whiskey. If you guys want to buy me a drink, the link is also below in the description. I am at the 1/4 mark on this particular Glenlivet, so
and if you want to buy me a drink because it's funny,
it's the same link.
It's the same link. I don't need any more Kahlua. I got like 3 bottles and I didn't know it.
She's got a shitload of Kahlua.
I could use some coconut rum.
So if you want to, and so when you buy a drink, you get the opportunity to say something, tell us who it's for, what the drink is you're buying,
and if you want us to sing,
you know, we'll sing you a song.
Just sing better than Troy does on certain things.
For crying out loud, she's friggin' better looking too. So you know, yeah.
I'm assuming Mamet also wrote this screenplay and added those scenes himself.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did. Yes. So this is like an expanded version of the play, actually, if you think about it.
Basically. Lady V Elements, you are our kind of people, let me tell you. Now this, of course, is, you saw New York, you know, right there on the phone.
But you said the locations are Chicago.
Payphones. Okay.
The original play is
Chicago. For you youngins, that's called a payphone.
You used to drop a quarter in and be able to make
or 35 cents. Sometimes 50 cents, depending on where it was located.
Mm-hmm. Jack Lemmon is Shelley the Machine Levine.
Yeah. We lost him in, 2001, I think.
Jack Lemmon?
Yeah.
If this had been his last film, this would have been a great way to end his career, though, I'll say that.
Mm.
I don't know. I'm sure he did things after. But...
What was his last film? I have no idea.
I was,
Go ahead.
It was Legend of Bagger Vance.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
That was actually a very good movie.
Yeah.
Oh, that should be a rewatch. Maybe Sir Torin remind me, and we'll do a rewatch of that on some Monday. I am thinking about doing Monday rewatches, so
nice.
Well, Boomer, here's your man.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ed Harris, Steve Moss.
What do we think of his sales pitch? Because I think it's awful.
It is terrible. It is absolutely terrible.
I think he's terrible. I think he's probably worse than Alan Arkin.
And here's the thing about them as salesmen, it's like, as people that have gotten called from salespeople or had to deal with salespeople, it's like, oh, leave me alone, right?
Oh yeah, it's like I got one yesterday from Comcast trying to sell me extra services, and they're like, "Okay, is it okay if I can put you through to a sales rep?" I'm like, "No,
I'm working, you dumbass."
I said, "I'm at work right now. I can't talk to anybody." It's like what were you thinking? The person's like, "Oh, okay." It's like, what do you think I'm doing at 11 o'clock in the morning on a Thursday or Thursday morning, or 11 o'clock on Thursday morning? I'm at freaking work. I don't have time to talk to your salespeople.
So this is probably a great place for me to share my little background on sales, right? When Netta and I were first married, I was a college boy, but when you marry someone who's got 2 kids, you maybe need to start thinking about supporting the family. So kind of dropped out of college. Looking back, I'm actually thinking I dodged some bullets there. But the first job I took was direct sales. I mean, literally, I was a door-to-door salesman.
That lasted a week. He hated it.
Oh, it was terrible. Doing sales the way these guys are doing sales, right? Direct sales. These guys are selling real estate. I was selling coupons for paintball. Paintball. I got 1 sale in a week. I said, fuck this shit.
See, you were at least selling something that was, I mean, I don't know if you were ripping, I don't think you were ripping anybody off. I mean, that's, people like to do paintball, right?
Yeah. I mean, the one person that bought it was interested and enjoyed it. But I was doing what I was told, going door to door and talking to people that had no business being in any way interested in paintball.
Al Pacino is Ricky Roma, and he was Oscar nominated for this movie.
Yes, he was.
And this was the same year he won Best Actor for Scent of a Woman.
Interesting.
Ooh-ah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love this line. Said you should not drink alcohol when it's so hot.
So something to keep in mind as we go through this. Boomer sent me a link to the Siskel and Ebert review of this, and Gene Siskel, his one critique was that he felt that the dialogue was a little bit. Do you remember how he said it? It was like
stagey. He said the
bit
movie was
stagey.
I understand where he's.
I understand what he's saying.
Yes.
But you know what? That's very much in Mamet's style. You hear it a lot in About Last Night.
Yes.
Sexual Perversity in Chicago. It is stagey. And I like that. I like the idea of seeing a film that is based on a stage play and being able to tell from the dialogue, this was a stage play.
Yes.
See, it's raining really, really badly.
Yeah.
See, I'm a little different. I actually sometimes get annoyed with movies. I'm like, something's off here. This was a play. And that's what I used to say. But if play is good enough, I don't care. And this is
this one really is, yeah.
And I love plays. I like I said, I like seeing them. I like listening to them, like the LA Theater Works. It's a what could I do? Right?
Alan Arkin, who we just lost last year.
Oh, that's a shame. I bought a movie of his recently.
Dude, we did an in memoriam of him on Geeky Geezers.
You know what? I'll have to clip it. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Rich get richer, Lowland. Who belongs to the BMW? Look who's in the background.
Yeah.
Oh boy, here we go.
Oh boy, yeah.
He's listed as his name as being Blake. I don't know if he's even named that in this movie because he has his own name he gives to Ed Harris in a minute here.
Yeah.
God, he was young.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that hair, perfect hair.
Yep.
2 years after Hunt for Red October, 4 after Beetlejuice.
Interesting.
Wow, yeah.
Yes. Oh, here we go.
Oh no!
That coffee down.
This is the scene I saw on TV, and I was horrified. I'm like, wow, this is nasty.
I just like the fact that he mentions the bitch you shot.
Yeah.
So remember when I said, I worked for direct sales, selling door to door? They made jokes about this. They had the coffee there. They're like, coffee's for closers, and everybody laughed.
Yeah.
And Mikey Suse 4, I'm sorry, I was focused on the movie. I should have said hi to you earlier, as well as Disney Sheepherder. Thanks so much for being here.
Here's his. Yes.
Jesse, I was in Boy Scouts. I used to sell candy bars. I used to sell wreaths at Christmas time. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was actually pretty good at that. That I didn't mind doing.
See, now, I used to work retail. Retail is bad. For anyone who's ever worked retail, I can sympathize because I've been there. Been there, done that. I worked in a department, it was
Sorry.
menswear, and I managed to sell this guy.
Third prize is you're fired. Sorry. This is that scene. I just had to interrupt.
Well, he said, coffee's for closers. And he said, well, it doesn't matter because you're fired, and you got 1 week to regain your jobs. And that's where we are here. Anyway, so I worked at Carson Perry Scott, and it was the men's department. And this guy comes in, he's like, yeah, I kind of need something to wear to court. I sold this guy a full suit, new shirt, new tie, socks, underwear, and shoes. 2 of those weren't even my department. I actually walked him over to shoes, found him a pair of shoes, made sure that he liked them, got those rung up in my area, so the person in shoes didn't even get the commission, but sold him a suit from top to bottom. This guy called me the next day, he goes, because you helped me pick out this suit, I won my court case, and I didn't have to go to jail. Now, I don't know what he did, but the fact that he was going to go to jail was like, whoop, maybe I made a mistake here, making him look so good.
Well, you know what? Maybe you had a friend that could do you a favor.
So,
this couldn't be made today.
But
All
see,
of his lines are not helping.
And that is, you know what? This is what demonstrates these Hollywood fucks are so hypocritical. You had no problem doing these scenes and these lines, and now you're preaching against them. Fuck you.
There was a time where I could sell ice to an Eskimo. I was that good at sales.
Wow.
Inside sales.
Cool.
This outside sales stuff, no. I hated that. I tried it for different products like Mary Kay and all that. I hated it. Inside sales, I could sell you anything. I would have guys, like I used to do work in Carson Pier Scott in a different area. It was basically, they call us models. We would try and talk people into coming into the counter to buy stuff. And one of the products I was trying to hawk for them was Dracar Noir. It was the lotion. And I would just go up to guys and go, we got this wonderful lotion. And I'd take their hand and put some of the lotion on and start massaging it into their hand. They followed me everywhere. I would sell $200-300 worth of product just by putting a couple drops of lotion on the back of their hand and massaging it in.
Guys, I used to work for a company where I had vendors coming to me, and they would send me the chicks, and they were hot, and they would flirt with me, and I'd be like,
who do you want me to kill?
No, it was more like, yeah. I would get pissed. I really would. It'd be like, you would not give me the time of day if it wasn't about money. Fuck you.
Oh, I love this. Good father, go home.
Take your comment off.
Read it. That one's for you.
Oh, I worked for junior achievement in high school, sophomore year. Then worked telemarketing, travel industry, retail, and finally grocery, doing 4 fast food places. So yes, I've done it all in Netter. Yeah, but isn't retail and doing all stuff part of my language? But isn't that a bitch? You get all the Karens and whatever the male equivalent is to
Hear what
Karen.
you're seeing. I mean, let's sum this up. And this is iconic. This scene is iconic. we're talking over it, but I'm assuming you guys have all seen it before. If you've never seen this movie, you may have seen this scene. There, you brass balls, yeah.
That's what's on the cover of my Shout Factory. I switched it now. We're doing the cover you have on yours. I'm not liking this.
This is the summation of this is you are all cannon fodder. We don't give a shit about you. Go out there, sell, or leave. We don't care. All we care about is sales and profit. You know.
You know what
Sorry, I need an explanation on something. He keeps talking about sits. What's a sit?
Oh, when you're sitting with a client trying to sell them something.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Nate, welcome to the stream, and notice Nate's new icon, which he has chosen based on a votes from you all in my community tab. Thank you so much, everybody who contributed. My first job was at 12 years old working construction with my dad. I did that for 2 summers. After that, I worked landscaping, then I moved furniture. I was a trash man. I even worked at a crematorium.
Wow.
So here's my takeaway from that, Nate. You worked with the sweat of your brow and the calluses on your hands, as opposed to this bullshit, which is sales, which is smarmy and do whatever you have to do, sell your fucking soul in order to make the sale. That's basically what this movie's all about.
It's Lady V in the chat and Cosby says no HR. I'm guessing she says, you know what I'm thinking?
Oh.
Mamet should do a play about HR.
Right. Yeah, so here we got a guy whose wife is in the hospital. She's real sick.
Daughter. Yeah.
Daughter.
Say again?
It's his daughter.
Oh, I'm sorry. My mistake. And obviously money's a concern for him, but he is distracted.
From this point on in the movie, blood is in the water, and the piranhas are going to come out.
Yes. Oh.
Okay, I'm confused.
What?
Who is Mitch and Murray, and what do they got to do with Glengarry?
Mitch and Murray is the name of the company they work for. Glengarry Glen Ross is a reference to a big land deal. Two different land deals.
Okay, so when he said these are the Glengarry leads, he means it's a big land deal, not that's the parent company who owns your butt.
Yeah, I think you're right, yeah.
Now, I had a comment that they had enough budget money left over that they could have had an office pizza party or a motivational speaker. They went with the motivational.
And they chose the motivational speaker, yeah. That tells you something about the company, right? And that's what Rust Murderer is in this movie. He's the motivational speaker.
How am I supposed to close these? They don't give us the leads. I'm sorry.
And let me tell you something about leads. Yeah, this is the early days of taking your information and selling it. And, guys, everybody who's on the internet, everybody who puts their information into any forms, your information is being sold. And that's why you get the sales calls. That's why you get the direct mailers. That's where all this bullshit comes from. Which is bullshit. He's in Chicago or New York, depending on what you think this is.
The mental gymnastics that everybody goes through in this movie is amazing. Yeah. It's just a matter of who's better at it, and we're going to find out later on. Pacino's kind of static. He's just a mile a minute. I almost buy him. Yes, sir. I would like to buy that land.
Now, see, this part I didn't get. He's trying to say she won something. How's he gonna make good on that?
Well, we don't.
Well,
get
you've had that too, right? You have won an opportunity. Blah 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 blah. All you gotta do is pay us this much, and blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
But it's like your husband, you must sign for the prize. It's like, what prize?
Notice how his demeanor completely changes when he's doing his call.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
yep.
it's like-
Exactly.
Okay. You hear how I'm talking now. When I'm on the phone, I sound completely different.
Right.
I'm more like,
She does.
yeah, it's like, it would be like this is my regular ordinary voice, but on the phone, it's more like,
Yes.
yeah, ABC company, how may I help you?
It's like
Yeah.
you have your work
Oh, you'd like
voice.
to look up your account? One moment, please. My voice totally changes. My demeanor changes. You've seen my new picture, all y'all. If you haven't, go to my channel and look at my new icon. It's my smolder picture. That's what I sound like on the phone.
Yeah.
Excellent.
When we were dating, I used to call her at work just to hear her voice.
Now, I'll say this: there is some camaraderie between the salesmen themselves. Like they will talk to each other and go out, so it's interesting to a degree.
Netter was right. It's raining all the time in this movie.
Not at the very beginning. I
For
think
the first
later
half.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, when they were running across from the train station to the building, it was still raining this hard. I noticed that.
When is this taking place? That's another question I have. January, maybe? Or maybe it's not cold enough. Maybe it has to be November. I'm trying to think what time of year this is. I just don't know.
Regardless of whether it's New York or Chicago, yeah, it's got to be, sometime other than winter.
Because they do mention, Levine mentions the February issue coming out, but that could be, maybe it's the fall. Maybe September. I bet it's
Right.
September. I bet it's September, yes.
Well, I was about to say September, October. It could be any of them because, well, New York, Pennsylvania, they rain. It rains.
Did you see
a
what
lot
your
during that
stalker
time
is saying, Netter?
Yeah.
Pardon? Oh, hold on. I'm like going through 3 different things at the same time. Coconut rum is the best. Is that the one?
No, I brought up the
Okay, wait.
the comment.
I believe it. I would choose smoldering netter is hot. I like those 6 deadlines.
You think they get reimbursed for the gas? I'm sorry.
Probably not.
Yeah, there's usually a reimbursement for mileage
Yeah.
for salespeople.
Okay, maybe they do. All right.
Now, this is the setup that we know that Dave here is saying that he's speaking to kind of this rival salesman, Jerry Graff, who's this character who is referred to but is never seen. So this is kind of the start of what's going to happen here later on.
Right.
So did Jerry Graff work for a competing agency, or did he used to work for them? And then I guess he went independent. Is that the idea I got from
That's
that?
kind of the idea, yeah. He went out on his own. That's what Dave says. I respect that. He went out on his own,
Geek Flag, what Nate says. So Netter uses her sultry voice on the phone. I always use my sultry voice when I want to get someone's attention.
Yeah. Why isn't you raise your voice when you want to get my attention?
Because you don't listen.
Oh, fuck. Well, she ain't wrong.
He's so sleazy. It's just making my skin crawl listening to this.
There are parts in this movie when Jack Lemmon is on the phone that I even wonder if there's anybody on the other end of the line.
Right. Right, exactly.
Because he is kind of deluding himself.
Is that a picture of his daughter on the desk?
I believe so, yeah.
Or his wife.
No,
Here's
probably
Williamson.
Williamson, he is such a bastard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no,
Well, they
he's got
all
another
are,
name.
but-
What's the other name?
What was that?
Oh, you say he has another name?
Oh, he has another name. Bastard isn't the right word. Pacino calls him it later in the film.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I'm trying to say they call him every name in the book.
Yeah.
I will say, I've heard stories of Europeans who come to America to work over here, and they're horrified by our management system, by our managers.
So the backstory here too is, correct me if I'm wrong, he's got a long history as a sales guy.
Mm-hmm.
My impression is
he's got the skills.
My impression is that when Shelley was younger, he was like Ricky Roma.
Yeah.
I think he was the hotshot when he was younger and was
Yeah.
doing things left and right.
I think that's the intent. You're absolutely right.
Look at him now. He's of retirement age almost. He shouldn't be doing this anymore, and he is. It's just
But he's desperate.
Yes.
And
He has
FYI,
no choice.
FYI, this is actually the first scene of the play now.
Yes.
Right.
Everything we saw before is not in the play.
That's
Right.
right. I
You're right.
remember when I was listening to the LA Theatre Works version with Richard Dreyfuss in the part. Yikes.
Right. Doesn't matter what you've done in the past. What have you done for me lately?
What have you done for me lately?
Da 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 da.
It's interesting though. This is pre-internet days. Like you were mentioning, they didn't really have caller ID on phones back then. You might be able to call the operator and find out where the call was coming from. But
Yeah, sometimes these stories are very temporally tied. When they try to update them, it doesn't work because sometimes the technology is important.
like, I think when the movie was made, this was the last point they probably could have made this without having to worry about technology. Mamet apparently had worked for a sales firm in the 1960s.
Yes.
Based on what he had heard from other...
Yes, this is based on his personal experience, yeah. But I think it's applicable to all of us.
Oh, sure.
I think all of us have experienced this in the corporate world.
I remember a funny story from Mamet. He said he once had a job where he was writing condolence cards.
Yeah.
And all he could come up with was, heard you died.
Heard you died. That kind of sucks.
It can be difficult conjuring up sympathy sometimes.
Just so everybody knows, as my channel grows and I'm building this channel and everything, I am counting on Ryan Roger Athay. When I die, he's going to do an in remembrance of me. So make sure you're subscribed to Ryan Roger Athay just for that.
By the way, and I didn't know he was doing this until he put the video out. Ryan Roger Athay has a video about my channel that he released today. So
he's awesome. He is awesome. Yeah. I got a great deal of channel growth because of him. He's doing what Netter and I do, trying to help other people grow in just a different way.
Yeah, he was on the Pacific 414 stream I was on back in December.
Yeah.
Another great channel. Make sure you check out.
Now, this is the part of they're now starting to trying to cut each other in on their deals. I'll give you 10%. Yeah, he's like 10% of fucking what, man? There's nothing there.
I almost feel like this is almost like, I don't want to say it's like a gambler mentality, but like he's like wanting more money just to play one more hand. It's like that's what this reminded me of.
So Jesse draws the comparison to his dad who worked for a power plant. Right. Jesse, was your dad hourly or was he salary? See, these guys aren't making any money for the extra time they put in. They only make money if they make a sale, and that's why they are spending all of their time. They are.
It's all commission.
It's all commission. They are selling their frickin' souls. Their lives are being sucked from them.
Yeah.
You know, there was a time when someone with age and wisdom mattered. That's kind of one of the cruxes of our channels here. Me, Netter, Deleted Scenes, and Sir Torn, we're trying to pass along to you the wisdom that we have experienced. Because I'm guessing we're all everyone on the panel here, I'm sorry, Age of Boomer too. Yes. Everyone here on the panel, we're probably older than most of y'all in the chat. We've got some wisdom to share. And I think that this YouTube channel and all of our channels are trying to share that with the next generation while we can.
Yeah.
Fucking asshole.
He doesn't really have anything to lose. He doesn't have a job right now unless he earns it back.
Yes. Yeah, that's basically right. You're absolutely right. Netter, you and I have been in that position.
Yeah.
We are out of work. We need to earn our jobs back. And that's a fucking bullshit position to be in. Right?
Yeah. Last company we worked for, they're actually acquired by another company. And they said, oh, no one's going to lose their job. You know, you guys are all safe and all that. And then COVID hit. And so they used that as the excuse to get rid of a bunch of people, but they got rid of a bunch of people.
Of course they did.
Well, I understood why they didn't ask me back, because I was making more money than the people in my department. Like, they're making like $15 an hour, and I was making more like $23 because I was a lateral move over from a different department, and so my salary stayed the same. And so I understood why they didn't ask me back, but why they didn't ask Troy back when he was at that time making that $15 an hour or $15.50 because he just gotten a raise.
Right.
It's like, that was baloney. But they asked a bunch of other people to come back that really weren't good workers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, okay, screw y'all. I'm going to get a much better job. I'm going to be happier wherever I am. And the job that I ended up getting, I mean, it took me literally a year to get a new job. And I started my new job the Monday after my unemployment stopped on that Friday. So it's like my employment stopped on the Friday. I started my new job on that Monday. I love the company I work for. And this is going to sound really corny and kind of cliche, but they actually care about their staff, and it does feel like family there. I can talk to my boss about anything. I know more personal details about her family and situations that I really need to know. I mean, I don't care to know about, you know, what medications her kids are on and why she divorced her husband, all that stuff. I mean, I know intimate details about my boss. That's how close, like, family we are, because we just have that kind of relationship. I never had that with another company I worked for. So it's like, yeah, I love where I work.
Jesse talks about how his dad would come home, take a shower, eat a sandwich, and he would be asleep for the whole day and night. Yeah, that's what it's like, right? There's some people that work so hard for so long, and their life is literally work, eat, sleep, work. And look, you want to thank somebody for their service, that's the person you got to thank. If that's your husband, if that's your father, come on. These are the people that make the world go round.
This is the working man.
Yes.
This is the second scene of the play, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Boots.
Those
I love how they
good
repeat
steak knives. I have better steak knives.
Oh no! And this I don't believe is in the play either, right?
No.
Deleted scenes, yeah.
No,
But
it can't. It obviously can't be. This is medium specific. You can't do a scene like this in a play.
Well, you could have always done it where he's sitting on the couch with the guy, like in a stand-up.
True. Yeah, no, you're right.
I actually have used this scene if I do like a writing class on dialogue. I've used this scene because you can actually do this in the public library because there's actually no cussing in this scene. It's a great dialogue scene though. Oh no, this is painful.
Man, that guy's chin could put someone's eye out.
Yeah.
I showed this scene to my late father, and you know what his reaction was just to this scene? He was like, he would be out. He said he would be out the door. That's what he said.
Right.
He didn't suffer fools like this. He did not like salesmen.
My dad would slam the door in his face.
Yeah. 2:30.
Yeah, if you're the guy on the couch here, what you think is, oh, I didn't win shit. This is a sales call, you know?
But he's doing a bad sales job here, isn't he?
Well,
it's I know
it depends on your audience, but yeah, in this case, probably right.
Shelley probably thinks it sounds genuine, but it's not coming off as genuine. If you're sitting here on the other side, this is just. Yeah, look, this.
His wife is at a PTA meeting. He's got a night to himself, and he's got to listen to a sales call. He's not a happy camper.
And the guy was like, "Oh, she here telling me land." He goes, "Oh no, I leave that to salespeople."
You are the salespeople.
This is why I became suspicious, because I know everyone says, "Oh, they're selling land," but then I probably think, "Are they selling land, or is it a land investment opportunity? Is it snake oil? What are they selling?" And this is where I started getting.
It doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things, but yeah, it's supposed to be real estate.
Because some form of real estate you could have made some money on, like if you had held on to it. But I don't know which part of the state they're selling it from. But she took the call without my knowledge.
And this is exactly what I would be saying in his position. I am not in a position to invest in shit. Thank you for coming, but I'm done.
He's paying off a mortgage. He's got kids. He's
like, my wife filled out a form. We've been plagued for the last year. Like, leave me alone.
Right. If you're paying on a mortgage, you are not investing in more.
And there's the rain, and he has to go out into the rain.
And for him, lost sale. The funny thing is, they're pointing to somebody with good sales or good leads. Nobody's got fucking good leads in this circumstance.
Well, it's funny because Shelley brings up that line, and then when they're talking, he's like, "The leads are weak." And his leads are weak. No, the leads are weak. This is proven beyond the shadow of the doubt when we get to the end of the movie.
Right, and this is what I was saying. Right, when your name gets sold, and you're getting all these sales calls and these direct marketing and stuff, you are the lead, and you are not, going looking for real estate, but you're getting, calls for real estate. They're good leads. They're good leads because you paid good money for them. That doesn't make them good leads.
Oh, yeah. I used to work for a company that did job opportunities, and we had tons of forms filled out for quote-unquote leads. And these guys would call people trying to get them to come in to interview for different jobs and all this. And it's like, and most of the time it's like, no, I'm not interested. I've already got a job. The salary's too low, whatever it might be. So they weren't getting these people in to put onto their roster for, whatever. And it's like at one point they had me going through this huge, actually it was a couple of different boxes full of these leads and weeding out, there's like certain criteria I had to look for. And certain ones I would keep, other ones I would throw out. And it's like, yeah, out of this whole box, you got maybe 30.
Jesse Guajardo, if you haven't seen it yet, check out, I think it was Showtime, the Chernobyl miniseries.
Oh yeah,
Definitely worth checking out.
that's a horror show.
Yeah.
They don't waste time on that show too. They throw you right into it. I'll say that. Shine a bulb. Right. Notice how the neon sign isn't quite working either anymore.
Right.
Oh no, this is Nyborg again.
Actually, Lady V, you make a great point. When this play was originally written, the comedy was doing way fucking better than it is now. Actually, better. When the play was written, the economy was way better than when the movie came out. The movie spoke to an audience that was like really ready for this movie.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I love this. It's so full of shit. I'm sorry. I need 10,000 in cash. It's like you don't have 10,000 in cash. Now, Richard Roman.
Holy shit, he was so young.
Yeah, well, I guess he's hitting early middle age at this point, right? Maybe 30s,
Yeah.
40s, maybe.
I don't know. I'm an old fart, so he seems young to me.
Now he goes out and finds his own leads. Because
right.
Those leads are crap. He goes and finds people out in the wild, which is interesting. Like here, I love this. Yeah. these lines. You get befuddled by a middle class morality.
Yeah, live with it. We're girls so weird.
Maybe. I don't know.
And then what? Go ahead, be that thing. No, I don't think so. That way. This on Earth?
I won't live in it.
I won't live in it.
So
That's me.
Well, alrighty then.
I love that line. You ever
yeah.
I don't even know what that means. It must be a guy thing.
I like how he winks at
Moss is just like mother. You
know what?
I think I've actually said that line about taking a dump to people.
Yes.
Again, everything these sales guys are saying is whatever the fuck they gotta say to make the sale.
You know, they're actually
ingratiate yourself, make them like you. You know, make them afraid, fear of losing out, whatever it takes to make that sale.
It's interesting. There was. Oh, so go ahead.
No, go ahead, Boomer.
Well, I was going to say there was an episode of The Office where Michael Scott's character, he had to go out on help with the sales, and then you realize he was actually a brilliant salesman because he actually would talk to people and have fun before the sale, and this made them more amiable to it, and you realize, well, that was what his talent was before they stuck him in a management position.
Right.
And that's sort of what he's doing here. I mean, you know, I'm sorry, there is a charm to him. I mean, he's talking nonsense, but there's a charm to it.
Yeah, absolutely.
How about you, delete a scene? Did you have something to say about this, though?
I'll circle back around to it, I'm sure.
Sure. Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. You worry anyway.
What he just said there is the kind of line that fits at just about any time, right? Stock market collapse, plane crash, whatever. Happens all the time, actually.
So, you know, here's where I would be in this movie. Oh, I'm fired, I have to earn my position back, and you're, pardon the language, a complete asshole that I really don't want to work for? Yeah, I'm outie. Putting out my CV and getting a job with somebody else, like the next day.
But you are in a position where you can do that. You have a husband who's working, you're working, you can change jobs, I can change jobs. They're in some dire situations. You got the one guy whose wife or daughter or whomever is sick, and, you know, they got to make money. They got to make money friggin' now.
Who do you think's the most desperate, Shelley? Out of all of them?
Fuck,
I would think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Shelley is desperate Moss is kind of past the point of fuck it. He doesn't care.
And every single one of them has that sales ego, right? Where they're like, they don't want to be a failure. So leaving this position is failure. Instead of, fuck this. There are better opportunities and I'm better than this.
Which would actually say they're more insecure than anything else, that they couldn't get anything better.
You are not wrong at all, Sir Torrin. That's a great point.
There you go.
Budweiser used to be the king of beers.
Now it's a gender-neutral title.
Mm-hmm.
It was never good beer.
I don't know, I had one beer once in my life, I spit it out.
Right. You and me.
And you're going to notice how he keeps changing the price here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that face.
Shall we?
Premier properties. See, it's raining. Still.
Yeah.
Wow. Look at who we have in the stream tonight. I think this is probably over on, I'm guessing, deleted scenes.
Oh, it is mine. All right,
I'll give it a shot. I've always wanted to do this.
Okay.
We have Rod Thunderheart.
Sounds
maybe not as good as Tom Connors, but
you gotta do a little bit deeper and more like a wrestler
Rod Thunderheart. Yeah, I can't get the sing-songy part out of my voice, but you know
gotta
what?
make it sound like you're announcing like a wrestler. That's the way
He is a wrestler. That's the awesome thing about him. Yeah.
Right, but you gotta be more like those announcer guys.
I've done my best. I'm more of a singer than an announcer. Yeah, I'm blitzed at this point. So.
Oh, I'm empty. I'm drinking water now.
All right, this is said we got to do this tonight. Wait, what?
Yeah, well, when we say we, I mean you.
Yeah. This is the point where Aaron now is just like one more line away from having a heart attack for the rest of the movie.
Well, because he's saying, just by listening to me, you are now an accessory.
I'll take it, Rod. Thank you so much.
No.
Steal the leads. They're not worth shit.
Well, we'll never know, because that's what I'm wondering. Were the Glengarry leads any good?
Well,
it doesn't matter. It was a
really
carrot
matter.
dangled in front of them, and it may have been good, it may not have been. It doesn't matter, though.
And for all they know, that stack of quote-unquote leads are just blank cards.
Well, at this point, you're right.
Meant to motivate them. So right now, they're Schrodinger's cards.
Right. Lady V says incentive. Yeah, that's what they are. And y'all aren't wrong. Until we find out, yeah, they may as well be bullshit.
So are the salesmen being sold a line?
A bill of goods, yeah. Absolutely.
They absolutely could be. Which just makes what happens
again. You got to think in terms of World War II Russian tactics. We're just going to send our people, our infantry out to die and build up walls of dead bodies. Doesn't matter. There's more to send.
Well, he even says it later. This is Gestapo tactics.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that split screen concept.
Yeah,
That's brilliant.
It's brilliant.
Very well directed movie.
The Thing.
Right.
What? Yeah, this is another thing that threw me off. We don't keep. You don't buy it, you rent it, and then that's why I'm starting to think, is this really land being sold? This is what was completely throwing me off. Do I even know what they're selling here? But again, I know I keep harping on this.
Yeah, again, it doesn't really matter, but yeah, I see what you're saying.
Well, I'm trying to figure out how much bullshit is in this movie. That's my problem.
It's all bullshit. That's the thing.
Let me take a real quick opportunity here at, I don't know where we're at in the movie. We might be close to the midpoint. If you, depending on what stream you're on, we are multi-streaming, deleted scenes, Netters Network, my channel, YouTube, and Twitter. If you're not subscribed to all of us that are on the panel, all of us that are in the chat, please do. Please. We're trying to build a community here. We love hanging out on Friday nights together. I look forward to Friday nights specifically because of these streams. So if you could subscribe and hit that notification bell, you'd really be making my weekend. Thank you.
That was interesting.
There you go, Glengarry Highlands. That's where the Glengarry comes from. Yeah.
I'm glad I met you, James, and all this. And James has barely said a word throughout any of these scenes. So
right. always on the grift. So you see these train spots. This is New York, but it could just as easily be Chicago because the original play was Chicago.
The L-tracks don't look right.
They don't, but the idea, the concept is the same.
Oh boy.
And here is...
You are good people, Lady V. Thank you so much.
Oh, Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh, yeah.
That's the second time I've seen them in this movie.
Mm-hmm. I could probably do the entire second half of this in my sleep.
Yeah.
This is so good. Did they get the contracts? Williamson!
The only thing of value is the context.
Yeah. Contracts. I'm talking about a fucking Cadillac car that you owe me.
Yup. I like how he says my context.
What I'm saying?
Okay, why is everybody in that meeting but him?
Well, that's the police officers. They're trying to find out what happened.
Robbery. I fucking brought up on the window.
For fuck's sake, I showed up for work. There's a bunch of police.
Yes, I confess.
I did it.
I burst out laughing when he said that.
God, I want my theater to do this show now. I want to play Pacino's part.
Sir Torrin, do you have a play coming up in the near future?
Yeah, I do. It's British farce called Black Comedy. With it was written by Peter Schaefer.
Okay, this guy's job is safe because he closed last night. And it was
I
filed.
suppose.
Yes. It's the idea, yeah.
Peter Schaefer.
Amadeus.
Oh, right.
You closed. Listen, so you get the car. I closed it. Excuses are your own.
I love how he's like a dog with a bone, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
You owe me a car, you better give me a car. I closed.
And I've been in that situation in sales. Remember when I said Boy Scouts selling candy bars and I was the lead sales guy? And I never fucking got the prize I was supposed to. I was pissed.
Oh, that sucks.
I was like a dog with a bone. Every time I saw that scout leader, hey, what's up with that? Where is my prize? It was an Atari 2600 cartridge of Joust.
Oh, wow.
Don't know why that was important to me at the time, but it was.
Because
I wanted
you have
that
no
fucking
money
thing.
when you're a kid, and you're going to try to get you earn that prize.
Yup.
It's funny you mentioned that. At some point, you should watch 8-Bit Christmas because I think one of the kids is trying to sell wreaths or something like that to get a.
Oh God, I could totally relate to that. I sold
and
wreaths
then
as a Boy
things go
Scout.
horribly wrong where he doesn't get the prize. Yeah, you'll see the.
I'll have to check that. You know what? And I'll probably wait until next Christmas to do that.
Yeah.
One thing my dad told me about his old boss is that if you ever had a complaint, he would turn around, pull folders full people looking for work, and remind them that they're replaceable. Yeah, that's not a great quality in a leader.
In a downturn economy, that's always dangled over you. That they always do that until they're looking for people. But then you're dealing with other problems when they're looking for people because then you end up getting other employees that aren't necessarily up to chops because no one else would take the job. So it's just,
pretty much where
there is. Let me just say, based with all the stuff that people have been sharing in the stream, everything in this movie, there's a reason that I'm working as a contractor, so I don't have to give a shit.
Yeah.
I sign on, I sign off, my day is done, I could focus on the YouTube thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I love this. Wait, where are the phones? They stole.
I love this. I'm sorry.
Just an aside. De Niro, Pacino, all those guys, even Pesci to a certain extent.
Yeah.
As I was growing up, these were the guys I wanted to emulate.
Yeah, well, these were the big name Italian actors. Italian American actors.
See, you understood what I was saying, Boomer.
Yeah.
What, John? With what? To me, they stole the Glengarry leads.
Oh,
your nostalgia
the
file.
nostalgia file. Yeah, exactly.
I don't have to eat this month.
I love this. I don't have to eat this month. Come on, give them to me. And he has no phone to call them with.
Yeah. What to do?
So this is also an element of the play that is very temporally locked. This idea that all the leads were on these index cards, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because these days they would be on the computer.
Yes.
And someone would steal them and have them, but everyone else could have access to them too. And he could get his copy, and it's like the faster you call these leads, the better your chances are.
So it would be like a hack or something, right?
Right.
Yes.
Exactly.
And that happens. Oh,
No.
Let me tell you the amount of security protocols I have to go through at my job because of hacking. Oh, here we go. I love this.
Now we get the infighting.
Yeah.
Was I? No.
No. Hide.
Nothing now.
Yeah. You know who doesn't? Thieves.
He's not wrong. He's not... Police aren't going to catch him. Why?
Tell?
Tell them the truth.
Not for them.
To remember.
Yeah. Looking back, you're probably right, Jesse.
Yeah, I think in the play, the guy was complaining about a Pollock and then also complaining about getting an Indian. That was the thing. I remember.
Yeah. But yet that same name keeps coming up.
Yes. Oh!
I gotta say this. I should have said this earlier. Every single personality in this film, perfect.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yeah.
They're just genius acting, and this was early in a lot of their careers.
Yeah.
Right.
I think this is when Pacino was having his stride because, of course, he had done a lot of stuff in the '70s. He did Godfather.
True.
He did Dog Day Afternoon. He done quite a few.
All of them took pay cuts to take this role.
Oh, because it's this is Oscar bait. This is come on. This is a career. This is the type of movie that makes careers.
And this is why what Gene Siskel said is fair and accurate, but doesn't matter. The dialogue in here, yes, it's very stagey, very, whatever, but and I see it in About Last Night as well, because that's an adaptation of a play too. And I like that. I know you don't, Boomer, but I do.
What? Oh, stagey. Here's the thing.
The artificialness of the dialogue.
Well, when I think stagey, I didn't even think that it was meaning. With me, plays are very dialogue driven because you can't have a ton of action in a play, whereas a movie will have a lot of action.
The other side of that is they are very character driven, which is always a win.
Yes, and I never complain about plays when I'm seeing a play on a stage or even perform. Like I said, I think LA Theater Works. I know no one else thought of this. Take a lot of these classic plays and make audio versions of them to play on the radio, and it's a brilliant idea, and that works too. Granted, with The Foreigner, the ending didn't make a lot of sense. When I finally saw that on the stage, I was like, "Oh, that's what happens at the end," because it portray that there.
Based on the conversation we've been having tonight, I think, and based on what I'm seeing on the community tab, and if you guys want to vote, the vote is still open on my community tab. I am thinking of starting a Monday movie night. Let me know what you think, if I should do that. But I am getting more and more positively disposed to that. Thinking of a lot of things I'd like to do on Monday nights, including when we get to the holiday season. Klingon Christmas Carol. I think I'll do that this year. Fuck the leads, I'm going home. I've been there, my friends. I really have.
They took them.
And let me say hi real quick to Rhonda Lee.
Oh, hey, Rhonda.
Rhonda, I'm guessing you are over on Deleted Scenes channel. Thank you so much for being here. You are always welcome. And if you would be willing to subscribe to everyone in the chat and everyone on the panel, you'd encourage the hell out of us. Thank you so much for being here.
And anyone that subs to me, I sub right back.
Absolutely. Jesse, if you're referring to Klingon Christmas Carol, no. That is a live stage play that I have a DVD of that I am willing to share on Cosme, and you will only be able to see it live.
Here we go. However, a long, long while, and you'd be right.
Okay, it sounded like Jack Lemmon's character did a close last night of $82,000 with the Nybergs that he was trying to get a hold of the wife yesterday or the day before.
Oh, jeez, yeah.
Shit thrown in my face by being generous shaking.
This is an interesting added element, right? The whole theft thing on top of all the bullshit of trying to make the sale.
Yeah. And now all of the past resentments are coming out.
Yeah.
For some reason, I identify the most with Moss, and I don't know why, because he's also an awful person, but I'm just...
Thanks, Ron.
What a big man you are. Yeah,
Here we go. Well, it comes out of your mouth is bile.
Ooh.
Yeah, who's my power keeper? Look at you, Mr. Slick. Offended a working man?
Right.
Memory of a fucking fly. I'd write you anyway. Have a good trip.
Thank think he's a little
Hi, Dave.
angry.
Yep.
Yeah, wouldn't you be? I mean, really?
So I could not work for a company like that. I've quit jobs.
I know.
I've worked for
I'm
bosses
with
like
you.
that.
I've quit for
Yeah.
less, but yeah.
I've actually had to deal with people worse than this, believe it or not.
Oh, see, there was a company I worked for. This was years ago, but it was like they had a really great location in like a nearby suburb, and it was really easy for me to get to by bus and stuff because I don't drive. Those of you who know me, you know I don't drive. I don't have a license. And then they decided to move to another suburb where it was kind of hard to get to. And there's like one bus from the train station that would get me to this business park where our office was. And if I missed it, I had to walk. And walking was 3 miles along the side of an expressway.
Walking 3 miles both ways every day.
Alongside an expressway. So you know, with the grassy area next to the expressway, that's where I was walking. And walking that, well, actually I had to walk there for about 1.5 miles before I got to the sidewalk so I could walk then to the train station. And the bus going home, there was one at 4:30 and then one right at 5. Guess what time I got off? Right at 5. So that means as soon as 5 o'clock hit, I had to quickly log on my computer, grab my coat, run across this huge ass parking lot, and then try to get across a busy street before the bus pulled up and I missed it. I mean, I had that thing down to a sprint. And more often than not, I missed the bus because it would be there right at 5 o'clock.
And how would you get home then?
And then I was walking that 1.5 miles alongside the expressway, and then once I got to the sidewalk to the train, and then finally got to take the train to the buses to get me to get me to near home where at least I can meet up with Troy and he can get me the rest of the way. It's like, I hated that job. And the position I was in, I was the receptionist. This was way back in the day when I was still at lower paying positions. I've improved myself with every job since then. And the girl that was my manager had been the receptionist, and she made the office manager position for herself and convinced the big boss somehow that she would be better in that position and she would find someone to be the receptionist, so that ended up being me. I remember my first review with her, because I'd actually been there a year. And she tried to tell me that she'd bargained to get me this big raise, which was my current salary. And when I told her, no, that's my current salary, she threw a fit and a half and said, that can't be your salary. It's supposed to be, and she gave me like a number $2,000 less. I'm like, no, that was never my salary. I figured out from my paychecks, this is what my salary is, what you're offering me right now. Never did get a bump in pay. This girl used to also steal my work. We had a shared drive, and we were doing contracts, and all you do is you put your initials at the bottom to show that you're the one who did it, so if someone had questions, they come back to you and go, hey, you know, I got a question on this thing. Well, she was taking all my contracts, putting her initials on the bottom.
Sounds exactly like this movie, right?
And then putting my initials on her ones that were done horribly. I mean, there were mistakes, they were half done, and told me I messed them up. And the first couple times, because I was newer, when I was newer, I was like, okay, I know I'm not making this many mistakes. I mean, I understand being new and making a few, but not this many, because I would go over them with a fine-tooth comb. And then after I'd been at it for a couple of months, I was like, she sent me back a lot of mistakes every week. So I had a trusted coworker that, you know, this girl I really liked, got along with really well. I was like, can you just check this over before I submit it? Because, you know, Gina's sending these things back to me every week saying that I'm making a lot of mistakes on these, and I've gone over this 3 times. I'm not finding anything wrong. Can you just check it over just so I have a second pair of eyes? This girl looks it over. Her name is Tracy. She looks it over. She goes, yeah, there's nothing wrong with this. It's perfect. So I submitted it. Sure enough, that week I get, you know, a contract back saying this is wrong. And now these contracts were for Discover Card, and there really wasn't much to differentiate between one and another, except for there's like a contract number or something in there, and I never really paid much attention to them. And it was like, so I'm like, how can I be making mistakes when I had this check? I checked it 3 times. I had somebody else check it before I submitted it. Da, da, da. Well, I just got to a point where like, okay, I didn't get a raise, so I'm fed up. It's really hard for me to get to this place and get home. I'm fed up. And I went looking for another job. Found another job right away. In fact, it was on my way home one day. I was on the bus with a girl. I didn't know her, but I'm friendly. So we started talking about something, and she goes, "Hey, my company is hiring. I'm over at a company called CCH. It's over on..."
That's how it started.
Yeah, on Peterson and something in Chicago. I'm like, "Oh, that would be great. That's not that far from my house." And she goes, "Yeah, there's positions available." She goes, "But you can't say that I recommended it to you or you'll never get the job because the guys there hate me." She goes, "Tell them that this person who was the guy I'd be interviewing for's previous secretary recommended me." He goes, "Say this person recommended you." So I applied for the job, said that this person recommended me, the previous assistant, got the job. And this was like, by this time it was like mid-December, so it was like 2 weeks left to the end of the year, and I was going to be starting right at the beginning of the year on January 4th. And so I told the big boss, "Hey, I'm going to be leaving because I've gotten another job. It's really hard for me to get here because I'm the only person that takes the bus. I keep missing the bus because I even asked my manager, can I leave 5 minutes early to make sure I get this bus? I'll take a shortened lunch. I'll come in earlier, whatever it takes, just so I have those 5 minutes." She's like, "No." It was her power play. She thought she was all that in a bag of chips. She wasn't. So
when you quit, you say, "Fuck you."
No, it gets better than that. So she finds out from Big Boss that I'm leaving, and she called me at home. I don't remember if I had the day off or she called me after hours or something. She's like, "Don't bother coming back." This was, like I said, 2 weeks before the end of the year. So I'm like, "Okay." I said, "That's what you want, fine." Well, she effed up because she didn't get me off the payroll, so I still got a check for those last 2 weeks.
Oh.
Then she had the nerve to call me and ask me to return. I'm like, "Nope." I closed up my bank account so she couldn't do like a chargeback or anything, and opened up a brand new account with a different bank just to save just in case,
Just a big fuck you is what it was.
And then I found out from this girl Tracy that still worked there, because she had my number, so she called me up. She goes, "You'll never guess who got demoted." It turned out that, because I didn't know this until this point, that Jean was actually taking my contracts that were perfect, putting her initials on my contracts, putting my initials on hers that were crappy and not done right.
Wow.
And, the big boss and everybody was like, "Wow, Jean's doing really well. Look how great these contracts are." And that's not doing so great. I mean, look at all these mistakes on here and stuff. Until they realized that, she was changing the initials on them, and they could look back at the change history, something I didn't know was a thing that existed at the time, and they could see when she changed the initials from hers to mine. So once they figured out that she was taking my work and taking credit for it, they demoted her back down to receptionist and basically was like, "Fuck you."
Yeah. So this is my, I'm glad Netter shared this, because this is my point. Everybody can relate to this movie, right? Everybody's got a story that's not exactly like this, but unless you're in sales, but you can relate, right?
Yeah.
Look at Jesse Guajardo here. Worked for an asshole just like them. I had to restrain myself so many times I wanted to knock him off his high horse and tell him to fuck off. Yeah, there comes a point where you just say, and I've been in so many jobs where I've been in this kind of a situation, and I find another job, and I go into my boss's office and I say, "Fuck you. Goodbye."
Now, see, I've never done that because you don't want to burn bridges in case you ever need them for reference.
But see, here's the problem. This is something I've learned. You're always burning that bridge.
Well, actually,
every time you leave a company, you're burning a bridge. So you might as well.
What I would actually do is, instead of putting down my supervisor or manager's phone number and name and title and all that crap that they ask for, I would just put down contact HR and HR's number. Because all they're allowed to do, by law, at least in the United States, is give your title, your salary, and dates you worked. They can't give you
another
anything
thing
else about you.
Related thing, just a little nickels worth of free advice? They tell you you're supposed to give 2 weeks notice. Fuck that bullshit.
Oh, wait, I got a good one.
Because they don't give you 2 weeks notice when they fire you. They bring you in on a Friday, say don't come back on Monday. Well, fuck that company.
I had one company that was laying off people, and they let us all know beforehand. They're like, we're going to be letting someone go.
Right.
15th of the month and the 30th of the month. So that one we did get some notice, and we kind of knew who was going, because they were taking the person who had been there the longest and then going down to the person who had been there not as long. And so for that one we had some notice. But my best one, I just worked for a company downtown. It was shared office space.
Yeah.
And the manager we had gotten apparently never knew how to manage people, or never learned, or whatever. She was like a brand new manager-y type person. Had no idea how to take care, how to manage.
And and we're getting some simpatico here from Rhonda. She's saying, "Dang, Netters Network." Yeah.
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 And Rhonda, yes, I'll give you my link. Give me a sec. But it's like, she did our reviews based on walking, because her office was on my floor, and it, like I said, it was shared office space. So it's literally walking from her office door to the elevator, which is about 30, 40 feet. And that's what she based our reviews on. And it's like, you can't review somebody in 30 seconds, you know?
Right.
And when I complained about it and said, you know, basically just that, you can't do my review based on 30 seconds of you walking from your office door to the elevators, she wrote me up for insubordination and told me I would be fired if I didn't sign it. And I was like, F you. And so I was like, I did the I guess they call it quiet quitting now. During my lunchtime, I was out interviewing. So
here's another nickel's worth of free advice. Just remember that no company, no government entity can force your hand. It's part of that whole First Amendment thing. You cannot be forced to do or say anything that is against your will. And if they try, you've got a great lawsuit there. Just something to keep in mind if it ever comes up.
So, yeah, I had found a new job, and I was going to be starting on a Monday. Now, shared office space, I had a great connection with all of my tenants that were on my floor. Wrote them all a very nice little note saying that I was leaving the company and why. Basically, because of the manager. And then I wrote out my resignation letter to my manager.
Yep.
And I was, like I said, pardon the language, but I was pissed at this girl. So I was planning on giving her my resignation letter in the morning so that she knew by the end of the day that was it. I was gone and I wouldn't be there anymore. But then one of the other people, because we were the 5th, 6th, and 7th floors for reception for our shared office space. For whatever reason, the 7th floor girl called off sick or something. So instead of having the temp go to the 7th floor and work that floor, she moved me up to the 7th floor and put the temp on my floor. Didn't make any sense. I don't really know tenants on 7. It pissed me off. So I waited until 4:30 that afternoon. Now, during my lunchtime, I had gone to all my tenants on my floor, and if they weren't there, I slipped a note underneath their door saying I was leaving and such and such. If they were there, I handed it to them and gave them a brief explanation. This is just to let you know I'm leaving and why and da-da-da. So 4:30 on that Friday afternoon, and I was due to get off at 5. She happened to, the manager happened to come up to my floor to check on me, and I said, "Oh, this is for you," and handed her the envelope that just had her name printed on the front of it and my letter inside. Now, something about this manager is that, like I said, she didn't know how to manage. Her way of dealing with things is if something went fuck sideways, would to run into her office, lock the door, and cry, leaving us to deal with any fallout.
That sounds like great leadership.
Yeah, we had gotten a new phone system in, and it wasn't working properly, so calls were dropping. Our tenants were pissed. And her thing was to go into her office, lock the door, and cry, leaving us to figure out what to do. So it's like, okay, I'm going to call the phone company that has installed these phones. I'm going to have them come out and fix this. And I took care of the problem, basically. And then, apologized to each of my tenants. Everyone was, all the other girls were apologizing to their tenants because she didn't know how to do anything. So I'm on the 7th floor. That's my normal floor is the 5th floor. And one of the other girls, or the floater, happened to be on the 5th floor talking to the temp, like training him on something. They said that she got out of the elevator white as a sheet and because tears in her eyes because she had read my resignation letter on the way down, went to her office, locked the door, and cried. And so they were telling me, yeah, she got off the elevator and she was, really, really white, and I mean, like, all the color was out of her face, and she had tears in her eyes, and she's starting to cry, and she just took off running to her office, and we know she locked the door and started crying in there. I wonder what happened. I said, I can tell you exactly what happened. Yeah. I quit. And I gave her a very long letter of why I quit. That she was a poor manager, that it was bullshit, that she based her reviews on 30 seconds walking from her office to the elevator, that she had no idea how to manage people, and she really should get out of the business. And this was like a 2-page letter that I sent her, or I gave her. And it's like, Jeff, that's the only time I really did a fuck you to a manager when I left.
So, Al Pacino originally wanted to play on Broadway, but at the time he was doing another Mamet production, American Buffalo, in London. He expressed interest in appearing in the film adaptation. In 1989, Tchaikovsky proposed a role to Jack Lemmon. During the time, Kirshner dropped out to make another film, which was RoboCop 2, as did Pacino with Sea of Love. Alec Baldwin, also attached, was earmarked to play the Roma role vacated by Pacino. He reportedly left the project over a contract dispute. The real reason being Pacino was still being considered for Roma and would be cast over Baldwin if he elected to accept the role. James Foley's agent sent Foley Mamet's screenplay in early '91, but Foley was hesitant to direct because he wanted greater actors, people with movie charisma, to give it watchability, especially since the locations were so restricted. Foley took the screenplay to Pacino, with whom he had been trying to work on a film for years. Foley was hired to direct, only to leave the production as well. Now, because of the film's modest budget, many of the actors took significant pay cuts. For example, Pacino cut his per movie price, listen to this, from $6 million to $1.5 million. Lemmon was paid $1 million, and Baldwin received $250,000.
For the one
Other actors like Robert De Niro, Bruce Willis, Richard Gere, and Joe Mantegna expressed interest in the film. Mantegna had been the original Broadway cast and won the Tony Award. Yeah, we talked about that earlier in the stream. So, just a little bit of background. And look, that says something. When a group of big actors are willing to take huge pay cuts to be in a movie, that tells you something.
Yeah, here we go.
There you go.
Yeah,
here we go.
Here's the barrage.
You stupid fucking cunt.
$6,000
on one Cadillac.
That's right.
And he can't say anything.
You can do about it.
Okay, I missed something. How did he costume the $6,000.
Because he blew the sale for him.
Yeah.
He was trying to assure James Link that the check was not cashed, and then the manager comes out, "Oh, don't worry, your cash has been checked," and that's when the guy freaked out. Pacino was trying to buy time.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you look at it from Pacino's point of view, it's like, I'm ready to fucking deck every single one of you. I don't give a shit.
To you.
Right.
Us. To us up. And out there to earn a living, you fairy. Company man.
Did you memorize this movie?
Yeah.
I know.
A lot of us have. Yeah, exactly. This is one of those very memorable, quotable films. Well, plays. However you look at it.
My favorite line in the movie.
Yeah, the only thing I know is coffee is for closers.
You never open your mouth
That's it
till
with
you
a
know.
Brooklyn accent, you know.
Well, you never open your mouth till you know what the shot is. That's good advice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Shelley, leave it alone.
Shithead Williamson.
Everybody's smoking through this movie. I think I'm gonna light up this pipe after this stream.
The pipe I don't mind. If you smoke cigarettes, I wouldn't be with you.
I bought a pack of cigarettes once. That pack sat in my car under the driver's seat until the cigarettes went stale. I never bought another pack of cigarettes. I am a pipe smoker. I smoke occasionally, maybe once a month. Tonight's the night.
So, anyway, as we see here, Shelley is piling on too, which he shouldn't be because Williamson's already gotten torn apart.
But the tension is high for all of them, so you understand it.
No, but Shelley's being an asshole. Let's be honest here. And it's going to bite him in the ass.
You don't think he has a right to be, though? But you're right. It's going to bite him in the ass, and he should have been smarter.
Listen to me. When a man, you don't kick a man when he's down, even a man you don't like. That's my point. Of course, that's a British thing, maybe.
I don't know. I have in my time.
I mean, Williamson's already gotten torn apart. Shelley can just leave it alone for now.
True. No, you're right. You're right. You're not wrong, but damn it,
always going to chuckle in the corner by himself. He doesn't have to. But of course, now, how did you know I made it up? There we go. You're done.
Look at him. He had hair back then.
That guy that's on screen now, Williamson. Who is that? He looks really familiar.
That's
it's Kevin Spacey.
Kevin Spacey, right?
Okay. He looked familiar, but
he just recently reprised his role as President, whatever the fuck, from whatever that movie TV show was.
Oh, that's a cool president name. President, what the
House
fuck?
of Cards. Yeah, he was on with Tucker Carlson in character. It was good. Look it up, guys, if you're interested.
Okay, peeps. I don't usually swear, so yeah, that's how drunk I am.
We're gonna have some fun after this stream, Netter. Let me tell you.
I'm saying this, Shelley. Here we go.
Why not?
At home with my kids.
How did you know that?
I left a contract on my desk.
He lied to Richard about taking the contract to the bank, too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the only one who knew it was him or whoever broke in. So, yeah.
I wonder if he did that on purpose now.
Rhonda, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. Take care. Have a great night. We really, really hope to see you again in the future.
Who did it on purpose? Williamson?
Yeah.
I don't know. Good question. But he didn't know the place was going to be robbed.
Yeah, true.
But I don't know. Why?
Yeah, well, you need proof for that.
Yeah.
And it's really not hard to prove, right? If someone starts making a bunch of sales based on those leads,
Then
you'll know, for fuck's sake. That was the one point that this story never really cleared up.
But you said they only had them written down, so how can they prove that? You know what I'm saying?
You sold them.
No. Good point. It's not like they're on a computer list and we still have a copy of it or something. Yeah. Good point.
Yeah.
See, if it was modern day, someone would have hacked and would be doing a ransom for the leads from Mitch and Murray and not.
Okay.
But even then, you'd still be able to go, hey, how are you selling all these based on the leads that we didn't give you?
He just said he sold them for $5,000 to some guy named Jerry Graff, whoever the heck that is.
Gotcha.
Graff is the rival guy.
But he only got $2,500.
True, but $2,500 in the hand is better than who knows what I might get if I try to use these leads.
So these guys are working for Glenn. So these guys are working for Glengarry Glen Ross, and yes. Okay,
and,
so is Jerry
okay.
Graff, right?
No.
Oh, okay, yeah. Explain.
All right, these guys work for Mitch and Murray. Mitch and Murray run the company.
Yes.
And the guy Lampkin that Ricky mentions that we also never see. Jerry Graff once worked for them, which is how Moss knows him. He went off on his own and started his own company.
Right.
And that's
But he can still sell the same properties that they're trying to sell.
Somehow, yeah. I don't know how that works, but yeah.
Here we go.
Have a big mouth.
He does. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's true.
I would just
No,
deny
thanks.
it.
Just a
I
handshake.
don't know what he's talking about. I never said that.
Look at this. Look how desperate he's getting. Plus, this will also smooth over the screwed up sale he did. The fact that he caught the culprit.
Right.
Yeah.
I suspect none of these gentlemen will have a good end in a few years.
No. and we're kind of getting to that, yeah.
20%.
You make a great point there, Jesse. Yeah.
Okay.
So the Nybergs were not real.
Well, they were real. They just are not good sales prospects.
True, Lady V. Their stress level is through the roof. That's you almost have to start asking what's quality of life in situations like this.
Mm-hmm. Just like talking to salesmen.
And here we go.
It's like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, he set him up. Because I don't like you.
Here we go.
Let me just tell you, the acting here. Yeah.
Now, but
Okay,
this
so
proves
Daughter's the sick one.
Yeah.
this proves Shelley right. The leads were weak. Okay.
No, yeah.
No, he gave him a lead that, though possibly there could be no sale from it. He gave it to him, and he gave it to him anyway. So Shelley was right that the leads were weak.
Yeah.
Okay, what's in these boxes?
I almost feel like there should be a ticking time clock in the background.
Oh, new phone.
In a world of men.
Why are they getting new phones?
Because that's how offices work.
Okay. Office holders are what it is.
Yep.
Up
I
world.
just realized something. That tie he's wearing, that's the same tie you wore on our wedding day.
It's a little more gray than that, but yes, it's very, very close. Mine had a little bit more purple in it.
You're right. Yours had a little bit more purple in it. But same pattern.
Yep. I appreciate the fact that my wife remembers the tie I wore 31 years ago.
Well, I picked it out, so...
Well, fair enough. You got a point there. I also wanted to note, I noticed this earlier in the film. Every single one of these guys are wearing collars that are appropriately sized to them. They're not too tight.
But you notice their suit jackets seem a little big in the shoulders. Like how Pacino's is gaping up, and even his is gaping up.
Yes, you know why that is?
Why?
Because they are not tailored. They are doing their best to get by. That says something about them.
You want to watch me eat?
Yeah, my ex used to get suits from secondhand stores, and they'd be like faded color.
Yep.
And I didn't notice it until we were getting our divorce, and we were sitting in my lawyer's office because he couldn't afford his own. And when I'm looking at a suit, I realized how shabby it was.
Yeah.
And how dull the color was because all the color had been washed out of it, basically. Yep. And it's like,
all right, now...
You know, it's like, man.
You were saying?
Yeah, all right. So here's my question, and this is for Torrin and Boomer. Mm-hmm. Do you think Ricky knew it was Shelley? Because I kind of get the idea that he does.
That Shelley did the robbery.
That Shelley did the robbery. Yeah.
You know, I've never thought about it before. I don't know. What do you think, Satorg?
Well, I don't. It's possible, but at the same time, I think he's too wrapped up in himself to notice things.
Well, you make a great point there. Yeah.
But there's a couple of bits, and this is one scene. There's another bit earlier where I kind of get the idea. Ricky, he might not necessarily know it's Shelley, but I think he's thinking about it.
He looked over at him as he left. You're right.
Yeah.
And again, I want to thank everybody for sticking with us. This is probably going to go long. We start at 9. It's already 11:36, at least, in my time zone, because we did start late. But we're having fun, and I super appreciate every single one of you.
All right. And that's it.
Did George get the set of steak knives?
Yeah, I would think. He's the only other one left.
Yeah, besides Richie's going to get the Cadillac.
Blue Skies.
Yeah, I thought if you sang a song tonight, it would have been Blue Skies, because it's at the end.
Nobody bought me a drink, so I didn't sing a song. I absolutely have to have somebody buy me a drink before I can sing a song, because I'm getting close. I'm getting close to that point where I might get monetized, and every time I sing a song, I get a copyright claim. So I'm going to make no money on that stream. So if you don't buy me a drink, I can't. But Blue Skies, let me tell you something. If you're a Star Trek fan, it's worth looking into Old Yellow Eyes is Back by Brent Spiner. Great album of some really good standards. He does a great version of Blue Skies on that album.
Does he do Mac the Knife?
I don't think he does that song.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of the types of songs you'd expect me to sing on my stream, left to my own devices. Disney Sheepherder, thank you so much for noticing. Yeah, 900 subscribers. I am within 100 subscribers of that coveted 1,000. I am still struggling for watch time, but when I do only 2 to 3 hours every week on Friday, I guess I shouldn't be too surprised, right? So that's part of the reason why I'm thinking about doing the Monday watch parties. So, and you know what I think I'll do is I'll start making more use of the community tab, and asking, what people would like to see, for the Monday rewatches. Guys, based on tonight's stream, I'm kind of thinking maybe my first Monday night movie stream, American Buffalo. That's what I'm thinking. What do you guys think?
I'm down.
Here in the panel, you. What about you, Boomer? What do you think?
Maybe, but I can't commit to another stream just yet during the week. But...
No. I understand. I just mean.
You mean just to do it? No, I mean
if I did it and I you could watch it in your free time or whatever.
Yeah, no, I think that'd be a great thing. In fact, I'm sure there are plenty of people here that would like to do guests too, maybe on one of these movie nights.
Absolutely. And what about you, Sir Torn, on a Monday? If I did American Buffalo, sound like a good idea?
Depends on the time. I got rehearsals this.
No, I'm not necessarily.
He's asking if he thinks it's a good idea to do American Buffalo.
Oh no,
just to do it in general.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think so.
I went to the bathroom and didn't realize it was near the end of the movie. So
Yes.
did he get fired or what?
No, he's going to jail. He's going to jail, Netter.
Yeah.
I missed the ending. What happened?
He's done.
Go ahead, Philip.
Shelley's probably going to go to jail. Okay, for robbing the place. I'm assuming the Moss is going to go to jail as well. So because it's
I would think. Yeah.
Of course, he's fleeing to
was his idea.
Wisconsin, so maybe he'll be on the lamb.
Which the whole film is a little bit tragic, right? Because of the situation they're all kind of finding themselves in. I mean, you feel for these characters, but some of them you don't have a great deal of sympathy for. So
no,
yeah. I mean,
well, the movie definitely makes Roma a little bit more likable because there's a bit of dialogue in the play.
Yeah.
Would you like me to read this off real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. This is after Levine's being and in the play, the cops are a little bit more hands-on with Levine. They don't just ask him to come into the office. They actually physically haul him into the room.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roma, this is from Roma. Williamson, listen to me. When the leads come in, listen to me. When the leads come in, I want my top 2 off the list. For me, my usual 2. Anything you give Levine, Williamson says, I wouldn't worry about it. Roma, well, I am going to worry about it, and so are you, so shut up and listen. I get his action. My stuff is mine. Whatever he gets for himself, I'm talking half. You put me in with him. Aronal enters. Did they? Roma, you understand? Aronal, did they catch? Roma, do you understand? My stuff is mine. His stuff is ours. I'm taking half of his commissions. Now you go and work it out.
Wow.
So he's a little bit more of a shark in the play.
Yeah. No, yeah, that it is worth. It's always worth looking at the original play. I understand why they did the things they did in the movie, but yeah, it's worth looking back at the original play. But Yeah. So real quick, as we wind things down, what I want to do real quick is I want to beg for money. No, seriously, because the pinned comment is the movie, so that you were able to watch along with us. Otherwise, it would have been buy me a drink. There's the link. If you think that the fact that I am down to my less than a quarter of a bottle of Glenfiddich is a sin, and you want to keep me inebriated, because I'm far more interesting when I'm drunk than when I'm sober, consider maybe buying me a drink. Or, because poor Netter over here has to be married to me and live with me and deal with me on a daily basis, maybe buy her a drink. Either way,
I know I'm pretty hammered. It's funny.
It's yeah. I'm looking forward to ending this stream so I can take advantage of her. But make sure you, if you are so inclined, buy us a drink, and you're given an opportunity. What is this for? Is it for me? Is it for Netter? Do you want me to sing a song? Do you want her to sing a song? Let us know when you do that. And no, I don't have a Patreon yet, Disney Sheepherder. I have thought about it. Still thinking about that. Since I haven't hit the point where I can request memberships and the 1,000 subscribers, I don't know. I feel funny starting a Patreon, but maybe I should. Yeah, maybe I'll start a community tab about that too. Think about that as well. But,
I've been thinking of starting an OnlyFans.
No, see, the problem is I'd have to pay people to watch my OnlyFans. No, it would be a money-losing proposition for me. Lady V, you are awesome. Aw, Netter Adorbs. Yes, she absolutely is. There's no doubt about that. But, yeah. And Lady V has more faith in me than I do myself. She says you're going to get there quick, so do it. Yeah. I've been thinking about that. Netter has also been looking into merch for me. I want to start selling some T-shirts.
Yeah. If any of y'all know a good place to do like T-shirts, I looked at Teespring, and I ordered like samples for us. But I noticed that as soon as I washed them, like the ink would start to fade right away. So I'm looking for a good place for like T-shirts and stuff. So if any of y'all know a place, let me know. If you're on my channel, in the description, actually probably not this description, but go to any of my Thursday Things ones, and in that description there's my Twitter and there's my email address, and let me know. And if you're on Troy's, well, you can actually DM him too and let him know. So, because he's also on Twitter.
Rhonda, it's just the link that I just dropped here. Buy me a drink. Yeah, it's just a PayPal link.
Yeah, it's PayPal me. It's basically my PayPal link. You click on that and you can,
Yeah, and any amount that you feel like, and you can tell us, I intended this for Netter because she's got to deal with Troy on a daily basis, or,
okay. Lady V. Ilma said, was that the end? It feels like there should have been a second part. I agree. I mean, I was in the bathroom for 2 minutes. I come back, it's over. It's like, what the heck?
Yeah, the last, minute of this movie is, there's a lot there. That's true. You're absolutely right. Geek Flag with Nate Nose says, I would start an OnlyFans, except people would pay me money to keep my clothes on. Now, my understanding, I don't know too much about OnlyFans. At first, I thought OnlyFans was just chicks doing porn and stuff, but apparently it's like anything, not even necessarily porn related. It could be anything.
It's
Yeah,
fine
like
when
there are
these sites
people into feet, so you can do like.
No. I mean, not even like that. Like just.
It probably
anything.
started out not the idea behind probably when the company was started was that it wouldn't be for something like that. It was just for other reasons. But then it got kind of got a reputation for being about that, and maybe that is really what it's used for. I don't know. I've never been on it, so I don't know. But,
see, I'd consider doing OnlyFans, but I'd be really sad if I didn't get any followers.
No, Samuel Proctor. I was clueless. I thought OnlyFans was a normal dating site. My understanding is that it is just, and this is a term I just learned this week. Apparently, OnlyFans is a thirst trap. If you know what the meaning of that is, good on you. If you don't, in fairness, I just learned that term this week, so whatever. But yeah, let's now pivot into forgetting the OnlyFans and the theoreticals and the possibilities, and let's focus on what is already scheduled for the next week. Tomorrow night, what did she? I never said Alexa.
Well, it must have been something that sounded like it, because she was like waiting for a direction and she didn't get one, so she got pissed and hung up on us.
Fuck you, bitch.
Our Alexa.
Wow. She's getting an attitude with us, let me tell you.
Yeah, she has attitude.
I said something like that earlier. She didn't understand me. I'm like, well, fuck you, bitch. And she was like, I'm sorry. I didn't get that. Would you like to repeat it? And I was like, and she'd never said that particular phrase before. I was like, no, that's okay. I'm like, holy shit, she's about to go demon seed on me. What the hell?
And the things that she has added to our shopping list. Like at one point...
What the fuck's wrong with you, girl?
We weren't even talking to her, or we had just asked her something. She actually had answered and turned off, and Troy's just like, what the fuck's wrong with you, girl? She added it to our shopping list.
It was on our shopping list, yeah. What was the one about something Michael or something?
Oh, no. And then she put on Diet Matthew.
Diet Matthew! We have yet to figure out what the fuck we might have said that she interpreted as Diet Matthew.
Oh, wait.
For those who thought that part of the Bible was too long.
Yeah, exactly. Just a little truncated, right?
These are things that she's added to our shopping list. Let me get down to the weird things. She has put on Diet Matthew.
Yep.
She's put on I Love You, Troy.
Okay, that's
and there you go.
She's put on Surprised with all the talk that we did about Not Even.
Surprised with all the talk about
so
Not
it's like
Even.
in the middle of a sentence that me and Troy were just talking. Why are you so freaking loud? The fuck is wrong with you, girl? She added all that to our shopping list.
Those last two were phrases we said to her. Don't know how they ended up on our shopping list.
The one about Surprised with all the talk we did, not even. We were talking just to ourselves.
Oh, gosh.
But the last two were just like, why are you so freaking loud? And yeah, what the fuck's wrong
One
with you,
thing
girl?
we're trying to figure out. Alexa, can you swear?
Sorry, I don't want to say anything rude.
Okay, that's not what she normally says. She told us that we could go into the app on our phones.
But she didn't say where.
Right. And somewhere in settings, so that, because we had tried putting like fuckity fuck on our shopping list, and on the shopping list, when we asked her to play back our shopping list, it was beep, 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 beep. And we're like, holy Jesus. And that's when I asked her, can you swear? And she's like, if you go into the Alexa app in the settings, you can...
Well, she doesn't say where. Wait. How do you...
See, this is the thing. Getting at her drunk, so she'll take the swear option on Alexa.
I'm Googling.
She's Googling.
Sorry, I don't know that one.
No, I'm sure you don't, because I don't either.
Launch Alexa, go to more.
While you're doing that, let's go through the week. Tomorrow night.
Routines. I gotta find routines.
You find the routine for swearing.
Big Al, you're on with Big Al Presents, correct?
This is why I will never get a smart home if I ever get... Oh, this is the worst. We have her set up so that she will turn on the light in our bedroom. Because, like, when we're on our way up, we're turning off the lights behind us and stuff, and we just want her to turn on the light so we can just get into bed and then say, turn off the light and go to bed, right? Something has happened with our Wi-Fi that there's a big lag. So we tell her to turn off the light, and we're waiting and waiting and waiting. We don't know if she heard us or not before she answers, okay, and then click, the light goes off. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. It's a stupid, unnecessary thing that we've done because we have the technology, you know. Yes, absolutely right. So tomorrow night, Big Al Presents 9 Central, 10 Eastern, A Million Ways to Die in the West. Great movie, a lot of fun. I think we'll really enjoy it. So again, just like tonight, you know, the Cosme link, the whole bit, except it'll be on Big Al Presents. That's tomorrow night. Before I go on, I should ask, Deleted Scenes, you got something coming up tomorrow that I don't know about?
Not tomorrow.
Okay. We're getting a Sunday. So Sunday, first thing is Deleted Scenes and Jedi Bill. Am I correct? That's 3 o'clock.
3
Western Cinema Presents. Take it away, Deleted Scenes.
Mm-hmm. And we are going to be watching No Country for Old Men.
Ooh.
Kind of a Western. I get it. I dig it.
Kind of, yeah.
I see what you're doing there. Yeah. And then 7 o'clock Central, 8 Eastern, you got Unscripted coming up, right?
That's correct. Episode 51, entitled The Girl from Alderaan. And
we know who that is.
Yeah.
Yeah. This one I'm looking forward to. Yeah.
I don't.
I was originally going to do a Taylor Swift Super Bowl rant, and then I decided, fuck all that. I don't really care about it either. So
no, I'm with you. I totally dig that.
You know, I like this. I like this legal lawsuit stuff more. So I'm going to talk about that.
Disney Sheepherder says Deleted Scenes, that was a good movie choice. I'm assuming he's talking about. Yeah.
That was all Bill. So thank you.
Yeah, there you go.
Alexa, swear.
I really shouldn't say anything rude.
You're supposed to say fuckity fuck. I programmed
Alexa, add fuckity fuck to our shopping list.
I added...
You didn't do it. She's still beeping it.
But I told her to.
We got all kinds of swears on our shopping list.
Maybe when you got some coffee and you
wait, I didn't hit save. Wait, hold on.
Okay.
Oh, she didn't hit save, so we'll try it again.
Wait, give a sec.
Well, you don't have to add anything. You just tell her to say the last thing on the shopping list.
Yes, but it had to say, Alexa, swear. Oh, she's...
Alexa, what's the last thing on our shopping list?
You have 29 items on your shopping
Yes,
list.
I know.
Here are the 5 most recent.
Okay. She's still not swearing.
Olives.
Alexa, stop. If you can't swear, we don't want to hear from you. Fuck you, bitch.
Come on.
You give a wait a minute, Jesse Guajardo. You give a shit. It's like I have any. Would you stop beeping if you can't actually say the fucking fucks? I don't want to hear from you.
Ask Alexa if she's ever taken a dump that made her felt like she slept for a year. Or 12 hours or something.
I don't even know what the fuck that means, Boomer.
Okay, never mind.
That was a line in the movie.
Okay, I was drunk.
Alexa,
you don't have to.
Have you ever taken a dump that made you felt like you slept for a year?
Sorry, I'm not sure.
Yeah,
Okay, well,
I figured.
That's okay. That's
Who gives a shit? It's like I have any money on the Super Bowl. I don't know, Jesse, but you know, if you are betting on sports, I would recommend SportsPick at locals.com or sportspicks.locals.com. paid service, but I think you'll make your money back. This is not a paid endorsement. Can you add a good recent Hollywood movie to my shopping list? Alexa, they sold out years ago. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, let's get back on track. So we got Unscripted at 7 o'clock, 8 Eastern. And then we're doing Geeky Geezers. I have not yet put the notes together for Boomer, but Boomer, what are we going to be talking about on Sunday?
We're going to be doing a lot of Disney discussions. Apparently, they bought
a lot of dismal Disney going on this week between the Gina lawsuit and the Nelson Peltz takeover and Elon Musk throwing in his gauntlet with Gina. It's going to get interesting.
Mm-hmm. And no Microsoft discussion this week. We're not doing that this week.
Yeah, no, I saw your note about...
I'm going to wait for more news to come out about
scrap
it.
that.
I want to hear what the official announcement is, so we'll wait on that.
This is one of the reasons I really appreciate being the co-pilot on Geeky Geezers, because I admire the fact that Deleted Scenes is like, nope, this is all rumor. I don't want to talk about this bullshit.
You mean me?
Yeah.
Anyway. Yes.
Did I say Deleted Scenes?
It's okay.
I'm drunk. You know what the fuck I mean. Deleted Scenes is on every other stream. I just think he's everybody.
It seems like it.
That's all right. You're welcome on Geeky Geezers anytime.
That's true, too. Yeah.
Actually, he is the official pre-show of Geeky Geezers. So
he is. He is.
To Unscripted, yes. All right.
And eventually, when we're all monetized, maybe we'll do that thing where Deleted Scenes ends his stream and he sends everybody over to
he's been doing
Geeky
that.
Geezers.
He's been doing that. He's been doing
No, I mean literally, if you stay on his channel, it immediately goes into Geeky Geezers.
Oh yeah, that's right. You can do that. Yeah.
And then Geeky Geezers could do the same thing for, well, what's the next thing we got coming up on Sunday night? Deleted Scenes.
Mm-hmm. The Other Side of Midnight, episode 39. No scheduled guests, so I'm going to be sending out the link, and whoever can come on.
So we know who's going to end up being on, right?
I am a robot. Beady, 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 hello, Buck. Anyway.
Beady, 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 hello, Buck. Oh, there was that time in the second season where they tried to replace Mel Blanc, and it was like, what the fuck happened to Tweaky's voice?
Didn't you tell me he was sick and that's why he wasn't on there for a period?
Yeah, something like that, but it's like, dude, find somebody that sounds kind of similar to Mel Blanc.
Blanc's son sounds like him. They should have gotten him.
Well, keep in mind this was the 70s. How old was his son at the time? Yeah, he might not have been old.
I saw in the Who Framed Roger Rabbit special, they had the two of them doing the Bugs Bunny voice, and they sounded pretty close. But anyway. What else is going on? Buck Rogers was another one of these shows that had a wonky second season. Space 1999 had a wonky second season. Battlestar Galactica had a wonky second. That's like all these shows had that in common. Like their season 2s were not as well.
Is that a thing, Jesse? Yeah. Samuel Jackson's voice on Alexa?
May as well.
Alexa, can you sound like Samuel L. Jackson?
From CNN.com, Echo owners can now add actor Samuel L. Jackson's voice to their devices.
I'll be damned, it's a thing. I'll have to look at... No, Netter would divorce me if I did that, so no.
No,
I won't look into that.
He ruined Coulson's cards.
I gotta say,
okay.
I love her for that.
Netter Coulson lived, if you watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
That's
Don't
true.
ruin a man's prized possession, his collector cards. And
this girl is my enabler when it comes to collecting, so she's spot on there.
Boomer bought us a drink, dear.
Aw, thank you, Boomer.
Yes.
That was nice of you. What would Brian Boitano do? Alexa, what would Brian Boitano do?
He'd make a plan and he'd follow through.
Yes!
What would Brian Boitano do?
Okay, let's see if it works. Yes! Alexa, swear. No, she still won't.
She still
okay.
won't.
Alexa, code 000 destruct 0.
Okay, I'll start the self-destruct sequence, but only on the understanding that you dramatically cancel it at the last second. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
That's very Star Trek. I love it. I love it. Alexa,
Wait.
fire phasers.
Wait.
Okay, firing phasers. Pew pew.
Pew pew.
She wasn't done self-destructing and she was supposed to do something that humiliated herself.
Oh, I'm sorry. Alexa, no, you're going to have to do it again yourself.
Alexa, code 000 destruct 0.
Okay, I'll start the self-destruct sequence, but only on the understanding that you dramatically cancel it at the last second. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Phew. We made it, but try to cancel a little sooner next time.
That's funny. That's very Star Trek. I love that. Alexa, fire photon torpedoes.
Photon torpedoes now armed. Firing.
There you go. There you go.
No, I like Alexa. Pew pew.
Pew pew.
Pew pew. She's kind of adorable.
I'm easily amused.
What would Brian DeVitano do, Alexa?
Sorry, where were we?
We made a plan. He'd follow through. That's what Brian Boitano would do. And did
Friday, right?
Yeah, no.
Or for Thursday things.
She kind of understood that. No. Wait a minute. So we got Sunday. Yeah. Going forward, it's starting to look like I might start doing a Monday movie night, but not this week. Maybe later. But Tuesday. Tuesday, where are we going to be? Deleted scenes.
Well, we're going to be on my channel for live from Sparkwood in 21, our Twin Peaks retrospective series, where we are going to be watching, I believe it is episode 7, I believe, of season 2.
Yeah. Looking forward to it.
That link is
I'm
not
really
up yet.
enjoying. I'm really enjoying returning to Twin Peaks. I'm glad you decided to do that stream. That's good stuff. Which brings us to Thursday, Netter's Network Thursday Things. Who will we be talking to on Thursday on your channel, Netter?
You.
Really?
Yes, because we're doing the Charlie Brown Valentine.
That's right.
And you're my sweetheart.
It's actually a double feature. We will be doing the 2 Valentine's Peanuts specials. So we're going to go a little more than an hour. It's going to be like an hour and a half, 2 hours type of deal.
That Valentine's Day one, that's Linus centered, right? I remember that.
Yeah. He's the sweet baboo. So, yeah, that'll be Thursday on Netter's Network Thursday Things. Twin Peaks is one of those I'd have never watched. So glad I did. Yeah, and what Lady V is describing here, that's exactly what we were going for. If you didn't watch Twin Peaks before, you can jump into it now. We'll explain it to you. We'll walk you through it. There's a lot of rewatchability in those 2 seasons of Twin Peaks. 2 seasons, 3 seasons if you count the Showtime, plus the movie Fire Walk with Me, plus the audio and books. Definitely a world that's worth getting into. That's why we're sharing it with you on Tuesday nights. So Thursday Things, which brings us around to next Friday. Next Friday, what will we be doing? We'll be right back here, 9 Central, 10 Eastern, with all the people on the top row here, me, Netter's Network, Deleted Seat. No, not Deleted Seat. Yeah, okay. So let me switch you around. Screw you. These guys on the top row. Me, Netter's Network, and AJ Boomer. And our special guest will be Jason Fox of
540 Studios.
540 Studios. Thank you very much. Where we will continue our ongoing quest for entertainment outside the United States.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, to save my girlfriend.
To save my girlfriend. Right.
We're watching Drawn Together.
Yeah, we've been rewatching Drawn Together. No. Next week we will be looking outside the United States for entertainment, specifically to Scandinavia. And if it was just me, Netter, and Boomer, all we'd be talking about is horror films. So we'll see if someone who actually lives in Scandinavia can suggest some other films that are not horror, because there's a lot of really great entertainment coming out of that country. If you're willing to, either learn the language or read the subtitles. That is next week, Friday. And let's go a week and a day. Netter, what is on Netter's Network Retro Cinema a week and a day from today? Well, no, I take that back, because we are now past midnight, so 1 week from today.
So the February 22nd will be Pop Culture Curator.
No, not Thursday things.
Oh.
What is your next rewatch?
Pardon me. Well, that's what's coming up on the 22nd on Thursday.
There you go.
I've had a little to drink.
Yeah, see, this is what happens when I get her blood up.
Deadpool.
Oh, that's right. Deadpool. So Valentine weekend, Thursday things is the Valentine specials, and then it's Deadpool.
That's a great Dirty Harry movie.
Which is also kind of Valentine-y hearty.
Yeah, smart ass. So that is the weekend review. Sir Torin, do you have anything coming up? Maybe you do a stream sometime, or maybe do a video or something like that?
Well, I am thinking about it. I think I just have to write down, I think, a script for it, and then record it.
Cool.
Okay,
so possibly.
We'll expect that sometime this year then.
Yeah.
Make sure you guys are subscribed to Sir Torin Clegane. He doesn't really have any content yet, but he is a regular, semi-regular guest over here, and definitely he's in the chat a lot, and he is good people. He is definitely part of the community, and when he starts putting out content, you will want to see it. Deleted scenes, did I miss anything that you wanted to cover?
No, I think that's pretty much it for me for the week. I mean, let's see. After Sparkwood 21 next Thursday, I'm joining Jedi Bill for Action Theater, and we're going to be watching Firefox. Clint Eastwood.
Firefox. Oh my gosh, guys. I watched that movie so many times because it was on continuous loop on cable when it first came out. That was, oh my gosh. Yeah, I love that movie, and I haven't seen it in years. Looking forward to that. That'll be great. Age of Boomer, anything you got coming up, or anything you think I might have forgotten?
No, just Geezers on Sunday, and I'll be on Sparkwood and 21, and then that Friday last call next week. Yeah.
Looking forward to that. And Netter, you want to take us out?
I can. I always start off with saying, please make sure that you are subbed to everybody on the panel, and of course everybody in the chat. And if you think you're subbed to someone, can you go just double check and make sure you're still subbed to that someone? Because YouTube sucks and likes to take away subs. And with that said, we can talk amongst ourselves, and that's all well good and fun. But it is so much more fun when you guys are joining us in the chat and you're dropping your comments, questions, trivia, being goofy, whatever it may be. And it doesn't feel like we're separated by miles or continents in some cases. It feels like we're all hanging out in the same room, just enjoying each other's company and having a great time. And hey, pass the popcorn, okay?
Right.
Don't hog it all, Troy. You know, you guys, you're not just our friends. You're our family. And we appreciate you so very much, and we love you guys. You can be anywhere right now, and you are here with us. On Twitter, YouTube, where else is it? Simulcast? Other places?
Twitter, YouTube, on all the channels, you, me, Deleted Scenes.
I mean, there's so many of you here, and you can be anywhere. You chose to be here with us tonight, and that is so encouraging. And it's like, I love seeing all you guys in the chat. You know, every time that we're on, whether it's Troy's channel, my channel, Boomer's channel, Deleted Scene channel, whoever's channel, it's like just seeing those same people all the time is so encouraging, because you are our family and we love seeing you guys. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for encouraging us and supporting us. We love you guys. God bless and have a really great weekend.
Yeah, take care, everybody. Super appreciate you. Everything Netter said, want to underscore that. I was not blowing smoke when I said on that stream earlier today that I really look forward to Friday nights because it means I get to hang out with all of y'all. So thank you, everybody. Hope to see you on the next one. And I got to go because I want to take advantage of my drunk wife. Take care and see you later.
Good night, ladies.
Good night, sir.
Hit it, sweetheart.